How's that looking? Yeah, how's that looking? Turn it up, says Riley. No sound, says Ethan. No mic, you pelican, says Frisk, but I think we're back on deck. How we going tonight, guys? Let me know that we've got this working. Bailey says can't hear you. Much better, says Ethan. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Statchat. It's just me tonight. No BT, late withdrawal. He's in the twos. He's literally got the twos. But that's okay. I'll be doing it tonight, a late withdrawal for BT. But I'm here to take you through a few things tonight. First and foremost, Eagles on tonight, about 40 minutes away from bounce down. I'm excited. We're probably going to get pantsed, but look, that is not a problem at all. We can live with that. Arguably more importantly, tonight is the night of nights. The opening ceremony for the Creator Classic is tonight. We're going to be kicking off a few things for you guys. We're going to be letting you know, most importantly, who the 12 creators are that will be taking part in this year's tournament, which is huge. We're going to be revealing the trophy. BT built it up this week. It's a big-looking trophy. It's bigger than we've had before. Revealing the trophy tonight. Also, off the rip, we're going to reveal something that's happening next week as we make our way into Creator Classic season. We're a week and a half away from the tournament starting, Tuesday the 28th of July, but we are kicking off Creator Classic season with a bang next week. I'm going to reveal to you right now the special guest that will be on the channel to help us celebrate the start of the Creator Classic. Any guesses in the chat, by the way? Any guesses in the chat as to who is going to be on Statchat next week for a fantastic quiz video, if I do say so myself? And I'm going to read the chat right now. Here we go. Corey Blackledge is here. He says, can't wait to see my guesses. I'll touch on that in a second. Big pluggers here. Riley says, Josh is the best Statchat guy anyway. That's harsh, but I'll cop that, and I don't mind that. Tip for the other game, Blues v Pies. I'm going to Pies. I know the Blues have been in form, and we watched them last week. We streamed them last week, and it was wet as a shag, and it wasn't the right conditions for them. But I don't know. I just think in a game like this, the Pies, they're well coached, they're well drilled, they're just going to have the edge. That's what I'm thinking. Tigball says he loves the Eagles jersey. I appreciate that. Lawson's here a regular. Chelsea says, got the audio now. We're good to see that. The Paint Train is here. He says it's a laid out for BT and that he's soft, and we do probably agree with that. We do agree with that, but I'm sure he's going to be tuning along at home for this one. A couple of guesses. Bailey and Corey thinking that the Gazman will be on the channel next week. I'm here to tell you he will not. Frisk saying Gozza, Dan Gorringe, will be on the channel next week. I'm here to tell you he will not. But I'm very excited to tell you, champion of Season 2 of the Creator Classic, the man, the myth, the legend, Michael returns to Statchat for a highly requested video next week. The Rumble in the Jungle, the final boss battle, will be on next week. It's going to be a massive video. It's been much requested. It's been highly talked about. You guys have wanted it. We've wanted to get it going. Michael's wanted to get it going. And we've got the great man back on board. So it will be Michael versus BT on Tuesday on Statchat. How good's that? Someone saying the sound's low. I don't know. Turn it up a little bit. See how we go. But yes, very excited to have Michael back on the channel. He might be with us. He might be with us tonight. He might join into the stream, and if he does, we'd be glad to see him here. Numbers looking pretty good at this point. We've got 29 of you in the chat. Let us know if you're. Let us know that you're here. Get in the chat. Comment along. This is what we're here for tonight. We're here to talk some footy. We're here to talk about a couple of games that will be going on. I'm going to be turning my attention mostly to the Eagles game, which is, I think, probably only fitting, but we're going to be talking a bit about the Creator Classic. We're going to be introducing the field. I see BT in the chat at the moment. How you doing, big fella? He says final boss battle is coming. Tigball saying Shanahan's going to kick a handful tonight. I'd like to see that. I'd definitely like to see that. Let us know in the chat as well. Tips for both games tonight. Who are you liking for the Carlton Pies one? I've spoken a little bit about it. And I think most people will be thinking that Brisbane's going to win the game out here out west, but Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think the margin's probably going to be, who are the big players, what's the big stakes. In terms of how probably we're going to go tonight, sort of, rough timing of things, we've got about a half hour now before the Eagles game kicks off. I'm going to keep a bit of an eye on the Carlton-Collingwood game. I probably won't commentate it in depth as the ball is bounced right now. I'm looking like I'm ready to go, but I'm not going to go there just yet. So we'll keep an eye on that game as we lead up to the Eagles game of footy. Frisk, settle it down, mate. We don't need the donations, but they're very much appreciated. Don't need them, but do appreciate it, and cheers to you, mate. I'll ride this one solo tonight. So probably in the next half hour or so, we'll probably touch a little bit more on the day that has been in footy today, some of the games that have been and gone, a bit of Q&A about what you want to talk about with the footy season and the standard of the umpiring. It's as good as it's ever been as we make our way towards finals. A bit of a preview of the Eagles-Brisbane game and talk a little bit about that and my thoughts on that and your thoughts on that. We're going to have some Kahoot quizzes as well, and I've got one prepared right now, and we've got a few people in the chat here, and if you want to see one off the rip right now, I'm happy to go there. I'm definitely happy to go there. We've got two in the bag. I can drop one now before the stream starts, so if the feedback is there and you want to see it, then that's where we go. Don't have a problem with that at all. And probably the other thing I want to say too, the announcement for the field, we'll probably do that around halftime. That's probably what I'm thinking, halftime of the Eagles game. We are running a competition at the moment, and we're going to be running a competition all night. Prizes tonight. Prizes will be going all night. I should have said this off the rip, but I didn't. Season 3 of the Creator Classic has got a sponsor. We are being sponsored by the Big Land. Massive shout out to them. They are Australia's biggest gaming party. They are on board for the entire Creator Classic season, and they have given us some few cheeky tickets, some free tickets, which we have to give away tonight. So the winners of the Kahoots, they'll get a ticket each to the upcoming Big Land event, which is next week, Saturday next week. So if you're into your gaming and you're based in Victoria, there will be free tickets on offer for those of you that smash the Kahoots tonight. I've also got another ticket that we're giving away at the moment on our Discord server. The Discord is popping off for those of you that don't know what Discord is or haven't been in the Discord or don't know that we have a Discord. I'll tell you what, it's going bananas. And at the moment in our Discord, we are running a competition to see who can get closest to the pin, the 12 contestants for the field. So if you've got some ideas on who you think it is and you want to be in the running to potentially win one of the tickets, get in our Discord. I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now. If you aren't on our Discord and you want to be on our Discord and talk with like-minded Statchat fans, the Statchatisticians as they like to call themselves, click that link. Get in there. There's a channel in there which allows you to talk about the Creator Classic and everything that's going on with there. Drop your guesses, and the person that has the most correct out of the 12 will get a free ticket to the upcoming Big Land event, which is pretty good if you don't say so myself. Corey saying, what's the new 23-0 challenge this week? So again, if you're on the Discord, you'll know we love our 23-0. Love doing our 23-0. And we'd like to put a bit of a spin on it. And we'll get people to make a team on 23-0 that follows a bit of a theme. So today's one, if you are interested, I challenge the people on Discord to do 23-0 and come up with a team that consisted of 5 players that must have played at least one game in the 2000s. So from 2000 to 2009. Which is a bit of a challenge because you've got players coming in from the 2020s that you've got to figure out what you're going to do with. You've got 1990s guys that might not have stretched into the 2000s. So interesting concept. You've got to work your way through it. And it's just a little bit of extra sauce to the standard 23-0. So if you're interested in that, give it a go and let us know your score and who you put in your team. I think Guy put up a 21-2. Someone did put up a 23-0, so I was pleased to see that. And the chat agreeing, the Discord's a bit of a vibe. So happy to see that. Michael saying wait for more people to drop a Kahoot. Craig saying rip one, which that's good areas. That's good enthusiasm. That's what we want to see. Tom saying maybe pin the Discord link. That's a good idea. Pin the message. Good feedback. I think I've pinned it. I think I did. How good's that? A couple people talk about footy redraft as well, and I have seen this. This is a fantastic game, and one that I think we will have to dabble in. And I don't know if we'll have time to dabble in it tonight, but if we do, that will be a vibe. And for those that haven't seen it, so Footy Redraft, it's a website that's literally come out in the last week or so, and basically you can pick a team, any of the 18 teams, and they'll generate the list of that team either 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. And effectively, you're the list manager. So it will simulate how the team goes over the course of a season and how all the other 18 teams in the comp go. And then you have to delist some of your players. You then have to draft new players that you might know that there's a good player that was drafted at that point in time. So you got to try and pick them out of the draft. It's a fantastic game. And if we do have time tonight, we might give it a dabble because I think that would be good, a pretty good bit of interaction with the chat. Mr. Plough says the 23-0s are pretty tough and he's still trying, and that's good. That's what we want to see. Collingwood getting a quick breakaway here. We're 5 minutes into the first quarter, 2 goals to the Pies. Carlton just the 2 behinds. Got the retro jumper on as well. That's a bit of a 1990s sort of a vibe there for the Pies. I guess it must be Heritage Round. I mean, the Eagles rocking the ochre. I've got my ochre on tonight. I think Brisbane rocking the Brisbane Bears logo as well, which I am not sure about the clash, if I'm being honest. Could be absolutely diabolical. But that's okay. I'm sure we'll see how that goes in just a little while. So interested to know what the chat is keen for tonight. Obviously, the Carlton-Collingwood, the bigger game. And clearly my allegiance is to the Eagles is why we're watching the Brisbane Eagles game. And I would like to think we're going to stick it out, but open to feedback, what we do and what we talk about. So for those that are in the chat who haven't popped off on the Discord, who do you think is going to be in this season of the Creator Classic? We had 16 in season 2. We've dropped down to 12 to make it a little bit more manageable, but also to allow us to introduce 3-person quizzes into the Creator Classic, which I think you guys are absolutely going to love. But let us know who your guesses are. I will say it is an absolutely stacked lineup this year. That is a good tackle there. I think that's from Angry Anderson on Ainsworth in the Carlton-Collingwood fixture there. Still 12-2. Jack saying, are you an NRL fan at all? I'm not. I can't remember the last time I watched an NRL game in totality. I know the Perth Bears are coming in, to be honest. I probably just won't follow it. And I know there's a lot of people out there that do love NRL and are big NRL nuffies, but it's just not something that I'm willing to dedicate my time to be honest. Pies game timestamp is the request. It's currently 14:16 on the clock as they're chipping it around the back line, and Cowan's just chipped along to Acres, I believe. Pain Train talking about 23-0 and struggling. Michael saying he's watching the Eagles Lions because in WA you can get it on free to air, which is absolutely right. Chelsea hoping that Cardman makes a comeback. Mr. Plough saying that he's come in late. Is it just me tonight? It is just me tonight. It was going to be me and BT. BT are late out in the twos with the twos is probably the best way of describing it. He's in the chat though, or I think he's popped up in the chat. He sent a message. I don't know if he's going to be watching along for the entire stream, but shout out to BT. So not on the call tonight. Frisk saying he'd love to see Felix from Everything Essendon. He's a top bloke. Craig Bourne saying, how about big Lucas Herbert? And Big Plugger saying, is there any WA boys you'd love to come to the Eagles? I think the Eagles are priming for a big off-season, not this coming one, but the one after. And that's a good mark right there. I think that's Harry Dean taking a nice mark in defence for the Blues. I think the Eagles are priming up for the 2027 off season. And the reason I say that is there's two big fish that come out of contract and are West Australians. And I'm talking about Chad Warner and Mitch Georgiades. And I would suggest that the Eagles are building a bit of a war chest and will go after one, if not both, of those. As we had a little scrap in the game here, oh, this is what we want to see. Nick's getting in the middle there. A little bit of jumper punches there, a little bit of rough and tumble. That's what we want to see there with the historical rivals, and now they walk away. I missed what the cause of that was, though. BT chatting from the throne. I'm not going to comment on that. He might be, but I don't know. Oh, geez, that was Tim Membry. The old shit tats has kicked a beautiful snag for the Pies there. Good, clean pickup from the big man. And what's got their backup? What's caused a bit of the scrap here? They didn't show it. They didn't show it, but that's okay. Where are we? Cripps with the obvious answer. Yeah, well, I mean, depends what Patrick Cripps is going to cost. Do you know what I mean? And there's a bit of chat that he does want to potentially come back to WA. I mean, he might not. But, I mean, if it's going to cost the Eagles significant draft capital, I can't see them being interested. Mr. Plough saying, going off previous stats, the Eagles bound to win a premiership every 12 years, so 2030 is the go. Could be. Jack says, Freo by how much next Friday night? I mean, they look good. The first half wasn't good today, don't get me wrong, but, geez, they managed to find a way, and that's what the good teams do. When they're not playing well, they still manage to get a result. I mean, you'd have to think that Freo are going to touch the Eagles up next Friday night. But we'll see. Big game, Eagles will come to play. That's what we expect. Do you think the Eagles will take Broad for free this off-season? If he's free, yes. And if we've still got enough list spots to carry him, yes. But only if he's free. You know what I mean? It's actually a position that the Eagles do have a number of guys, and I'm not necessarily saying that they're top-tier guys, but we do have a reasonable amount of depth in the small, medium defender department. So, you know, you've got a fair bit of experience there with Starcevic, Duggan. Josh Lindsay is looking like a likely type that he's come in recently as well. Tom McCarthy's establishing himself. Liam Baker, they want to play him off halfback a little bit. I know you can move him around. Disco Herbert, which we're going to talk about tonight, he looks absolutely fantastic, the mid-season pickup. So as I say, they're not as if they're short up for options in the halfback medium defender department. So I don't think the Eagles will be bending over backwards to get Broad, but we all do know that Minnie does love an ex-Richmond player. So, I mean, it's clearly then paying $1.01. Blues look like they're advancing forward, which has been rare for them this quarter at the 11-minute 20 mark of the first quarter. Handballs backwards. Lots of handballs backwards. Cripps has tackled. Jeez, this is not good-looking footy here. Making me want to change the channel and flip over to the Eagles as soon as we possibly can. Frisk saying $17 and a bag of spuds. I assume that's the price for Cripps. Is that what we're talking about here? Riley likes the look of Lindsay. Mr. Plough saying, as a fellow Eagles supporter, should we continue with Harry Edwards with his concussion problems? I don't think it's going to be up to the Eagles, to be honest. I mean, there's a spot for him on the list, clearly. And at his best, he's, I think, better than what we've got in the rest of our key defender stocks, Ruben Jimby aside. But I think it's going to be a medical decision. It's going to be out of our hands. So, and I like the guy. I like the height. I think this year was probably, he was primed for a bit of a real step up in responsibility and starting to take on those number one guys. So disappointing that, he hasn't been able to get on the park and the concussions have been a problem for him. So I'd like to see him really cement himself, but it's really going to be out of the certainly out of the Eagles' hands and certainly up to the doctors. All right, so if you have just joined the stream and you did miss the announcement off the start, Craddock Classic Season 3, the season premiere is Tuesday week. So Tuesday, the 28th of July. Next week on the channel, we have a returning special guest, a former champion of the Craddock Classic, Statchat's own Michael, returning to the channel to take on BT for the final boss battle. It is going to be fantastic, and we have been hanging out to bring this one to you guys. So can't wait to bring that to you on Tuesday. And then, of course, we kick things off Tuesday week with the start of the Credit Classic. So unbelievable time to be a Statchat fan and to be a subscriber of the channel. What I do want to do as well as we get ever closer to the start of the Eagles game, another bit of information regarding the Credit Classic. This is the opening ceremony, of course. I think it's time we reveal the trophy. We had a similar design for the last couple of years for the Credit Classic trophy. And it was nice and it was classy. It was streamlined. It was just exactly what you needed. BT took the credit card this year and he said, I'm going rogue. I'm going big. And by big, I mean ginormous. Have a look at this thing. Have a look at this thing. The winner of Season 3 of the Credit Classic will be taking this home. And I have no idea how we're going to ship this thing, if I'm being frank. But this thing is huge, and this thing is worth playing for. And when the creators saw this, their eyes lit up. Because this is a piece of silverware. This is something you can put on the mantelpiece. You can put in the back of your videos. You can really flex on that. So we've gone big with the trophy this year. Season 3 of the Credit Classic. This trophy is as big as my head, genuinely. And he hasn't told me how much he spent on it yet, and I'm afraid to ask. But regardless, we've got it, and it's going to the winner, and I'm just going to have it sitting beautifully in the background, I think, so you all can see it. But that is huge. That is huge. Get out of there. I mean, it just presents beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. That is amazing, says Mr. Plough. My A-grade cricket cup was smaller than that. Geez, that's stiff. Ethan's excited to see Michael back as well. Frisk saying, is BT competing? I cannot confirm or deny that. But we will reveal the entire lineup at halftime of this quiz. Of the game, I should say. And I do have a quiz at halftime as well. So it's going to be a jam-packed halftime, if I do say so myself. But we'll get our way through it. Don't worry about that. Will there ever be a Statchat Civil War, BT versus Josh in a quiz made by Spud? We do. I don't actually know if we've taken part on a bit of a quiz here on the channel. I mean, we've done a few things like Connect 4. We've done one of those before. I will say as well, we did take part in a quiz together, head-to-head, on the Gazman's channel about 12 months ago. I will try and find it and link it potentially. Or Statchat might be able to do that as well. Statchat BT, I should say, might be able to do that. He's in the chat right now. I might get you to link it if you can find it. But that's probably the last time I can remember that we really went head-to-head. And I'd like to see more of it, to be honest. I would like to see more of it. We'll put the Spud to the test. BT saying, how good does the BenQ projector look next to the trophy? I mean, the BenQ TK705i projector is just absolutely essential viewing for your watch party, for your watching along with your stream. It's a fantastic bit of kit. And shout out to BenQ for providing that one as well. Just looking absolutely ecstatic. Rudy, how good's this? Rudy saying the trophy's insane. It is, mate. It absolutely is. And he'll feed the Sputter quiz to put you boys to the test. I like the sound of this. I do like the sound of this, Rudy. And shout out to you, mate. On the channel this week, just gone as well, in the redraft video, bloody long video, 80 minutes long. I know some people didn't watch it because it was so long, but the people that did watch it absolutely frothed it. Because I do like making a good redraft, you know what I mean? You put in a bit of work, you put in the research, you figure out who you like, and then really you just spend a good hour just talking about footy blokes with your mates. And I think that's just what you want to be doing. So now, good to have you in the chat tonight, Rudy, and good to have you on the channel last week. It was fantastic and always fantastic to have you on the channel. Mr. Plough saying technically the Civil War would be the draft rewind vids, but that's just Josh telling everybody else. That is true. That is true. I did forget about the draft rewinds. That is a nice looking snag there for the Blues, and they are. I don't want to say making a comeback because that's just one goal on the board there for Brody Kemp, but you got to start somewhere. Rudy says, "Have your people contact my people," and we'll be absolutely sure to do that. Jared, thanks for tuning into you, mate. He says, "Big fan of the old school Jersey," and I am a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of the ochre. Good to see them rolling around in that tonight. Yeah, nothing better than just blokes naming blokes, Rudy. That's exactly right. First Gloving, the sponsor of the BenQ 2K705i projector. Just an absolutely beautiful bit of kit in 4K. That's how I'm watching the game tonight. Oh, Ben Mackay on the bench. Oh, what's he done? He's looking like a bit of a sourpuss there. He's not happy. Anyone that has actually got the commentary on and can kind of hear what's going on for that game, let me know what's happened to Ben Mackay, or Harry Mackay, I should say. My apologies, because he's not looking happy with that. All right, I think I'm going to try and switch over to the Eagles game at this point. We've got about 15 minutes to go. You might notice I've done a little bit of work in the graphics department here. So we've got a scoreboard down the bottom here, somewhere down over here. Yeah, there it is. Scoreboard down the bottom. I have no idea how I'm going to keep up the live stream, commentate along, do the scoreboard, but we are going to figure this out as we go and keep me honest if I don't get the update as it needs to be done. I'm happy to be shouted down about that. Let's change over to the Eagles Brisbane stream here, if it's even started, that is. It may not start until 6 o'clock, but to be honest, I just want to get in there. I just want to start. Yeah, it starts at 6 p.m, so we've gone early. Barry Mackay, yep, cop that. Don't mind that. As I'm looking through my KO, F1 as well on at the moment. Anybody keeping up with that? Anybody got some updates on that? Michael Rumpf happy with the graphics as well. All right, so we've had a few more people jump into the chat as well. Hopefully they're Eagles fans. If they're Brisbane fans, we don't mind that either. Happy for you to be here. We are going to be commentating along to the Eagles-Brisbane game tonight. We're also talking about the upcoming Creator Classic Season 3, which is our flagship series that we put out here on the channel here at Statchat. We have 12 creators that are going to be taking part in one of the biggest AFL Trivia tournaments you have ever seen. It is all kicking off a week from Tuesday. Halftime, we will be dropping the full lineup. And when I say dropping, I mean it is a stacked lineup, and we will just be dropping it cold for everybody that is here on the call. We also have 2 interactive quizzes tonight. There will be prizes because we are sponsored by the Big LAN for Season 3 of the Creator Classic, Australia's biggest gaming party. They are hosting an in-person event in Victoria next weekend, and we will be giving away tickets to not only the winners of our Kahoot quizzes when we do run them, but also we'll be giving away a ticket to the person in our Discord server that correctly guesses the most number of contestants in our Season 3 Creator Classic lineup. So lots to give away tonight, and big shout out to the Big LAN for getting around the channel and getting around the Creator Classic Season 3. Thoughts on the Fogarty suspension? I didn't see how much he got. Can someone tell me? That would be nice to know. F1. Kimi Antonelli smashing over George Russell. Yeah, okay. Big Plugger not happy with the new regs. He says it's boring. Aaron, shout out to you. What's the margin tonight? 100 or 120. That is stiff. He says up the Lions. And stat chat to the Cameron Mooney. You love to see that. Look, it's probably close enough to game time now. I'm going to start talking a little bit more about the Eagles. I haven't tipped the Eagles. I'm optimistic as I always am an Eagles fan, but I haven't tipped us. I'd like to see the Eagles get somewhere within 5 goals because that's kind of what the trend that they've been doing of late has been, where they either come late and they can't quite finish at the end of the game. Last week they were competitive for 3 quarters and just couldn't hold off the Dogs with a bit of polish. Brisbane are clearly a next level above though. I think as the season has gone on, Brisbane have come into their own, and certainly over the last couple of weeks, Brisbane have put their head above the pack as I think really the only team that will contend with Fremantle this year. So clearly, I don't think the Eagles are at a caliber where they are able to contend with the top teams in the table. But I'd like to see them make this competitive. So I'd like to see somewhere close to 5 goals the margin here. I could see this being over clearly somewhere near 10. But as a fan of a team that's not going so well and is clearly in a rebuild, you're just looking for signs. So I'm looking for Harley to have a big night tonight, really cement his influence over the game as he has been doing over the last few weeks. I'm looking for more from Dersma, more midfield time. I'm looking for more run and carry and really getting those possession stats up. You know, you're looking for Job. You're looking for Job, not just the marking presence, but I really want to see the leading and the presenting and getting into the right locations from Job, because I think once he puts all that together, he's going to be an absolute dynamite key forward in this competition. So there's lots of players that I'm looking for tonight and looking for signs. And I think hopefully we're going to see them. 3 weeks, everybody's saying for the Foghorn. That's a big suspension. That's a big suspension. And we've seen lower suspensions for, yeah. That's stiff. I'm assuming they're going to appeal. Is the Family Feud video being released? It hasn't been released. That's a good question, Dean. So probably a couple of months back, we asked our viewers to submit a response to a survey. And the survey was effectively answering questions that we're going to feed into our upcoming Family Feud video. Haven't filmed it yet, just waiting to get the right combination of boys in the studio to be able to put that one on. But I tell you what, we had an absolutely massive turnout of responses. 700 Statchat viewers responded to that survey. So we have got plenty of data and plenty of information to be able to populate our Family Feud videos. So I'm going to be really excited to bring that one to you guys. Let me just change the channel, and then we're going to answer a few more of your questions as well, because I clearly do not want to miss the start of this game. It'd be absolutely disaster areas. Where are we? Do you believe Hawthorn at the MCG can beat Fremantle, considering Hawthorn have more finals experience? I mean, of late, Hawthorn haven't had significantly more finals experience, maybe a little bit more, but not significantly. And I certainly think a big Victorian club like that is always going to be a test for the Dockers or any interstate team that's coming over, let's be honest. My question to you would be, when do you think Hawthorn would play Fremantle at the MCG? Because the only scenario would be the grand final, as far as I see it. Fremantle are finishing top 2, and unless they drop a final that they shouldn't in the first week, they're going to be there on grand final day. It's the only time that you see Hawthorn playing them. To Hot Gamer, are you able to reveal who will be in season 3 of the Creator Classic? We'll be doing that at halftime, mate. Got to keep you in suspense a little bit, but I have revealed off the top here that Michael will be returning next week on the channel for the final boss battle with BT, which is really exciting to see. Geez, how good do those ochre jumpers look? I've just turned over the stream. Boys are looking beautiful. Frisk saying in the thick of it. Bailey saying Shanahan's been a find. Lucas Herbert leading the British Open, which I don't follow the British Open a whole lot, but don't mind the updates as we're going along. Bailey's a fan of Bo Allen as well. Big Plugger saying we should jump on Caden McDonald's next song. Wouldn't mind it if we do get over to Victoria at some point. Would love to get involved with Kados and what he's doing there. Puncher for the Blues as a defender has to be one of the best names in the AFL. I do agree. If you played AFL, what number would you want to be? I mean, there's a few good ones, and I have looked like a nuffy in a video previously talking about good-looking numbers and bad-looking numbers. Don't mind a 13. Don't mind a 23. Don't mind a 17. I think single digits is where you want to be, but some are clearly better than others. How many burritos today from Shez? No burritos today. No burritos in the studio either. Dinner before I've got in here, a crisp-looking steak, mushroom sauce, bit of veggies. You love to see it. You love to see it. The only way Hawthorn have more finals experience is if Gunston plays. That is very true, Frisk. And Tyler getting around Michael as well in the chat. Yeah, good to see Michael back on the channel. So this Tuesday, Michael, BT, final boss battle. Very exciting. Very exciting stuff. So who's got the best retro-looking Guernsey on for the Eagles-Brisbane game? I mean, we've got the Ochre versus the old-school Brisbane Bears. Don't mind the Brisbane Bears. I think the clash is going to be rough in this one, to be honest. Mr. Plough liking number 4, bit of Daniel Kerr, bit of Peter Sumich, bit of Dom Sheed, if we don't say so ourselves. Silly question from Tyler. He says, is Spud your brother? I mean, what gives it away? What gives it away? So what's everybody's thoughts in the chat? What are the tips? Who are we going for? What's the margin? Who's the first goal kicker? That's what we want to see. Who's kicking the first snag of the night? Have you thought about maybe sponsoring a car at the Perth Motorplex or even a local footy player? Geez, I mean, if the Statchat bank balance was going that beautifully, we might. We might. Yeah, no, all good, Tyler, all good. No, definitely brothers with the Spud. The likeness is clearly there. It's clearly there. So he's at the game tonight. He's gone along. I don't think anybody that's watching this will be at the game themselves, but if you do happen to spot him in the crowd, give him a shout out. Plough going Brisbane by 30, but Harley out of the middle for the first goal, which I'd be loving to see that. Chelsea liking Brisbane by 68, which that's dour, but that's realistic. Lions by 47, Waterman first snag, which I'd love to see him with the kicking boots on. Absolutely, would love to see it. Geez, Jakey's had a rough season. I mean, 35 snags. He's kicked more behinds and he's kicked goals. He's looked likely. He's just had the yips a little bit. And I'll also say he looks much better when he's leading up the ground. And he's certainly got the tank for that. It then means that Job's a bit closer to home. He probably doesn't have to think about it too much in terms of where he needs to be and how he needs to position himself for that outlet kick up the ground. It plays a bit more to Waterman's strengths. And I did like the move there from McQualter last week because he did have Waterman up the ground a bit more, and I think that was a real positive for them. Also think Bailey Williams in the ruck was a real positive last week, but it's not overly that difficult when Tim English is not playing for the Doggies. Jack saying the likeness is there, but not exactly the ball knowledge, though. Sorry, Spud. Fair drive by, he'll cop that. Lawson liking number 15 to number 9. Yeah, got to love a number 9. Tyler reckoning that Hamish Brayshaw on the channel would be elite, the one-game wonder. Yeah, good operator. WA-based. Getting around the back chat as well. Shout out to the boys. You make me bored, 9269 saying first goal to Harris Andrews. 100% lock it in. Ambitious from you. We're close to bounce down now. I have to get my count-up clock here ready to go, which I'll just set that up and see if I can sync it up. If you are watching along at home and you want to sync things up and try to align the commentary that we're doing here with the game that's on the screen, I'll try to give you some updates and timestamps as we're going along. Keep me honest in the chat if I haven't updated the score how it needs to be. I'm happy to cop that, but I've got a bit going on here. Almost time for bounce down. Brisbane Eagles, I'm excited about it. Of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Best way to keep up to date with everything going on. Best way to keep up to date with the Craddock Classic. We will be revealing the full lineup of the Craddock Classic at halftime. A big night here on Statchat. We're excited for it. Look how good that jumper is. It's a bloody beautiful jumper. Shez asking if I put the tips in. Yes, the tips are in. And we are in the comp with Spud, and Spud is dominating the footy tips, I will say. Almost time for bounce down. Umpire looks like he's just putting something in the back pocket, just wiping their hands, just getting ready for a pristine bounce here. We are just about underway here, and the ball goes up. And I've got my timer going beautifully. A little bit of a push there. Looks like we've got a free kick, bit of a scrap. Zorko getting stuck in. He's not happy. He's an angry man. He's played on. He's called to play on. Milan Murdoch was putting the pressure on, but that doesn't stop the Lions. A little bit of a switch out wide here. That's good work. Ashcroft of the Will variety takes a mark, goes long inside 50. Sammy Draper at the back of the pack just manages to find it. That's dropping the ball. Somehow gets wood on ball, and the hip wood, it looks like, kicks a goal. A little bit of confusion here. Have we got a score review or something? I can't see what's going on. Oh, it's as good as it's ever been. It could be touched. And it looks like it's come off Tyler Young's knee there, which would make it a behind, and that's good work from the backman there. Interested on the chat's thoughts on Tyler Young. I've been a little bit disappointed with his output this year, particularly in the one-on-one department, I've got to say. Statchat, keep Josh honest. Didn't you say there'll be 3 people playing at the same time? The Creator Classic says to Hot Gamer. I did say that. There will be 3-way matchups in the Creator Classic for the first time, which is going to be awesome. Score updated. How good is that? Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. Eagles clearing the ball out of the halfway mark. Dersma goes up, punched out of bounds. Good contest there from the boys. 1-zip, 19:21 on the clock. Let us know in the chat if things are going okay. I'm just trying to watch and do the tech updates at the same time, which is keeping me busy, but I don't mind that. We've got the boundary umpire with a good bit of lettuce, and he's got a good mullet there, and he throws it in, and Sammy Draper at his feet. Bo Allen running out of traffic here. Good hands, getting him free. Starcevic breaking a tackle as well against his old team. Long down the line, Job getting up, couldn't bring it down, but makes the contest, which is good. Milan Murdoch or Florence Murdoch. He handballs off. No, he dummies. He spits in. Oh, look at this. A nice delivery to Hutch. Skarsky and Hutch taking the mark on the lead in the forward pocket. Good bit of play from the Eagles there down the near side wing. The Payne train saying he's on a tipping streak of 17, which is unbelievable. Corey talking about the tag from Murdoch on Zorko. That's a good snap from Hutch, and he's kicked it. No, he's missed it. He's missed it to the far side. Eagles open their account 1 apiece in this one. There's a good bit of play, though. Good build-up. I didn't mind that one. Laura's after burritos. You love to see that. Wouldn't mind them. Someone order the Uber. Brisbane out of the back half. Turnover. Duggan. He's getting stuck in there. It's going to be a ball up. No, he gets the ball out. He feeds it out. Baker on hands and knees. Lions turning the ball over. Lockie Neal, Chalky Neal, Bad Boy Neal gets the hands off. Levi down the wing. Good present there. Good option. And the Lions are going to absolutely burn the Eagles on turnover here. Charlie Cameron didn't take a bounce, just kicks it, and this is a certain goal. Surely, as the hip runs in and he delivers. Poor work in the defense there from the Eagles. Got burnt on transition badly. And that really has been a symptom of the entire Eagles season for mine. Thoughts on Jackson Nelson, says Tyler. I mean, he was, at the end of the day, he was a hard nut. He got stuck in, clearly had his limitations. Is that a hamstring from Hutch that I see there? He did grab the right string there. He did come straight off as well, so not sure. Dale says, evening, mate. Loving the page and the ochre Guernsey. Go the Mighty Eagles. Good to have you on, mate. Appreciate it, Dale. We're going to be commentating all night. We are here previewing Season 3 of the Creator Classic, which is our flagship series here at Statchat. 12 creators are going to be kicking off an AFL Trivia tournament from the 28th of July, so a week and a half away. And we'll be dropping the lineup at halftime. 17:59 gone. Ball goes up. Bailey Williams with a fantastic tap out of the middle. Zach Bailey, drops it cold. Tim Kelly picks the ball up, goes inside 50. Jakey turns his man inside out. He's chasing it. He gets the handball over the top. The Joe the Goose and the snap and the goal. Yes, it is, Job. That's good work from the boys. Centre clearance goal for the Eagles, which has been hard to come by from the boys, but you love to see that. It's 7 apiece, and that is a good start from the Eagles. Did enjoy the pressure there in the middle of the ground. Yo with a good tackle there, forcing the issue. Kelly with the hack kick inside 50, and Waterman just with good forward craft. Nice body work. Seeing the man in Job, and he finished the job beautifully with pressure around him. You love to see that. Big plugger, would you like if the Charles Royce got traded to West Coast? I mean, just the pure excitement alone from the great man would be fantastic. One thing that we aren't short on, though, is key forward stocks, I will say. Job, Jake the Snake, Archer Reed when he's up and about. Good tap from Bailey Williams, again out of the middle. Harley's on the move. Good handball out wide to Duggan, who you do not want to see kicking the ball, but he's absolutely found Milan Murdoch or Florence Murdoch or Naples Murdoch or Rome Murdoch, and he's looking inside 50 and he tells them where to go. And now he says, I'm going back and having a shot. And I don't think he's got the journey from here, but I'd love to be proven wrong. I'll tell you what, Tyler Niche is in the comments and just piquing my interest with rogue AFL players, and I just can't help but look at it. As Milan Murdoch or Rome Murdoch extends the angle, gets himself a bit of extra distance. He's got the journey from there. Milan, you love to see that. Eagles in front. Oh, this could be something. Milan Murdoch with a fantastic sausage from outside 50. Gee, he's been a pickup for the boys. The forward pressure from the mature age recruit has been fantastic all year. And I tell you what, Bailey is putting on a clinic in the middle of the ground right now, is he not? Big bad Baz lighting it up, and that is 2 goals from centre clearance from the Eagles in the first 10 minutes of this game. What time are we starting the Kahoot? We've got 1 at halftime. Oh, Hutch is going off. He's definitely done a string there, and that's going to hurt. Aside from the fact he's done a string, it's going to hurt the Eagles in this one. Down a man already. The Kahoot, first, we've got a Kahoot we'll do at halftime, and I've got a second Kahoot in the bag, which we might do after the game. Just depends how much time we've got. Bailey Williams with the tap again. This time it's to the advantage of Brisbane. Zorko, clean hands, it looks like. Long inside 50 now from Brisbane, and Baker went up for the intercept mark. He couldn't take it, but Starcevic picks it up. Hamish Davis, 2 first names, can't trust him. He turns it over. Starcevic, though, clean. Hands it to Tom McCarthy. The boys are under pressure here, and they're not sorting it out. They need to clear it out, or they need to get a ball up, and they do that. Jeez, I was a bit nervous there. The streets will not forget Greg Clark, says Tyler Niche. Ball cleared out of the 50 here for the Eagles. Up on the wing, Jakey fighting hard. Levi, long kick, high kick. It's out of bounds. And T-Mac will find somewhere to send it. This is a great start from the Eagles here. Only 4 minutes in, but the work in the middle has been good. Can we be clean coming out of the back half? That is the question. McCarthy long down the line to the contest. Jake, 2-on-1. Got bodied out. Rayner wants a lasso free kick. He's asking for it. He doesn't get it. 16-13 gone in this one. Ball in here on the outer side, 16-13 gone. Bailey Williams first to it, gets 2 hands on it. He just tries to hand it off to Franco, but the umpire said ball it back up. I've liked Franco in the first couple of games he's played as well. Good presence, and he's got the ball here. He hands it off, but he turns it over. Harley with good defensive pressure. Brisbane, still get inside 50. They just look like awful. The yellow jumper's confusing me here. Eagles work it out, though. Tim Kelly on a half-back flank, long down the line. Jake working hard, and that's where I want to see him. Up on the wing, presenting, giving that option. It's turned over, though. Brisbane inside 50. Off hands, Neil, long handball. Who was he to? There's a free kick here, and it's going Brisbane's way, and I don't know what it's for, and I'd like to see the replay here. It's as good as it's ever been. I think it was in the marking contest as the rain does come down. A little bit of moisture at Optus Stadium. Geez, I don't know about the free kick there. I might be biased. Bazzo was late to it, but I don't think he chopped the arms and he just bumped him on the side. Bit soft, I would suggest. Bit soft. M Bud's in the chat. Good to see you. I know you're a Brisbane fan, which I dislike, but I'm happy you're here with us tonight. Offline with a kick there from Logan Morris, but gee, the kid looks good. How is he? 20 years old? Fantastic footy player. Starcevic at full back, 15-11 gone in the first quarter. Eagles leading it by 5. Long kick. Darcy fought with a big fist on that, and it goes out of bounds. Spud got the poncho. He's undercover, mate. He'll be okay. But there are ponchos coming out here in the West, and they're running for them. Everybody running for cover. Ball thrown in. Baz and Darcy fought. Baz with a tap down. McCluggage, the Scottish suitcase, over to Zach Bailey. But it's a good intercepting mark from Tom McCarthy, who's been good this year. Switches play. He's got Starcevic, but he misses the target. Levi handballs across to Charlie Cameron, looking for a target, and he delivers. And you just can't turn the ball over like that on halfback. That's what it comes down to, really. Turnovers killing this team. Zach Bailey, 2 first names. Can't trust him. You would have thought he's got this in his range. Frisk saying, to be fair, Spud's poncho will be an empty packet of chips, and that is fair. As Zach Bailey goes back and he misses to the near side. Couple of let-offs here early. BT and Josh with the expert commentary. Well, there's no BT. BT not here with us tonight. In the twos, unfortunately. He's hanging around the chat, though. Make yourself known, big fella. Missed kick out of back half. This is sloppy from the Eagles. Tom Cole putting the pressure on. They just want the boundary line at this point. Tom Cole wants a lasso. Umpire not having any of that. And you just can't butcher the ball out of the back half like that. That's just a couple of poor kicks there from the Eagles, and that's what they need to tighten up. The effort is clearly there at the moment. The intensity is there. Have we gone to the arc there for this? I don't know what's going on. It's as good as it's ever been. Nat saying a potential Eagles upset. I'd like to see it. Jack Williams has come on, and he's in the ruck now against Fort. Fort winning this. Harley with the clearance, though. Handballs to Baker. Fishing for a high tackle, but he got the hands off to Harley. He gives him the fend off, and he takes a bounce. Have a look at Harley. Looking inside 50. Long ball. Jake's getting back. Taps it on. There's a free kick. And it's downfield for a bump on Harley Reid, and that is what we want to see as Eagles fans. Have a look at the great man. Jakey's going to have a shot to put the Eagles 10 points clear. Early stages of the first quarter. Jeez, that was exciting. Look at the burst here out of the middle. A late bump. And it was late. It was there. 35 goals, 43 for Jake the Snake so far this season. Can he convert? Absolutely he can. He pisses it in, does Jakey? You love to see that. The boys are in front by 10. Can you believe it? Eagles storming out of the blocks in this one. 13 minutes gone. Adam joining the chat. Good to see you, mate. A regular in the comments section. Loving having you on the call for this one. Frisk saying he called it. Look at Harley, though, bursting away from the pack. That's fantastic. There was a little bit of a flop there from Harley, and I don't want to see that. But great work getting out of the middle. And to have the lead like this as well is really good for the Eagles. The ball has lived in their back half a little bit here, but just capitalising on their opportunities. Happy trails. Shout out to you, mate. Another regular. Good to see you in the chat. Starcevic and Tom McCarthy leading all comers with 5 touches so far today. Ball up here in the middle. 13-11 gone. Jack Williams getting the clearance. Putting it inside 50. Job with the leap he couldn't mark. Hands. Tom Cole. Jakey for 2 in a minute. He's kicked the sausage roll. Look at Jakey go. Come on, boys. Great start to this one for the Eagles. Wearing the ochre jumpers. Certainly not playing like they used to in the ochre jumpers, though. What a start for the Eagles. Jakey with 2 goals in 30 seconds. The great man is up and about. Look at the lettuce on him. Just an impressive set of lettuce. Darcy fought with the tap down, but Williams doing great to butter up his own work. That is Jack Williams, of course. Good hands there from Tom Cole. Right place, right time. Good crumb, quick hands to Jake the Snake. And the Eagles have kicked 4 inside the first 10 minutes. Mr. Plow's happy. He says this is sexy. He's up and about. Friska's on. Meej says, how long till the Eagles win a premiership? This year, mate. Bookmark it. As the Lions get an easy clearance out, but it's a poor inside 50. Charlie disadvantaged by it. He wants deliberate out of bounds. Clearly, it can't be. Oh, he has paid it. It's as good as it's ever been. Not a marking contest, said the umpires. We paid deliberate. Charlie went quickly to the hotspot, and it's over the line. It wasn't to the advantage of his forwards. Herbert quickly kicking out from fullback. Mark is taken by Hoff, still inside 50. Needs someone to present to him. He goes long to a contest. There's Brisbane numbers everywhere here. Ball getting out the back, though. Zach Bailey's on it. Jake the Snake putting pressure on him. Jake the Snake getting a foot on that. And the boys are moving forward. And Jack Graham's got the ball. He shigs and he chamois and he moves around and he puts it in the direction of Job, who keeps his feet. Good work, son. Picks it up. He's going to kick a goal himself. And he bloody well does. Look at the Eagles go. 5 in a row. Come on, boys. What a start for the West Coast Eagles, out to a 21-point lead early in this one. This is what I wanted to see tonight. Great contest up on the wing there from Waterman, just getting a boot on it. Graham, look at the zig and the zag. He turned his man inside out. Job getting the sit, couldn't mark, but more importantly, keeping his feet. Burn Murdoch in the square, but geez, you love to see that. Eagles out to a 4-goal lead early in this one. The check side from Job. This could be the first quarter the Eagles have won all season. I might have gone early there. As pointed out by Mr. Plow in the comments. Jack Williams in the middle, but Draper gets the tap down. Neil getting the hands off. Rayner waiting for his mate to run past, and he does. And Ashcroft with the long ball inside 50. Morris couldn't mark. He wanted to push, and he got a push, and I think it was a little bit soft, and I might be biased there, but I didn't see hands. I just saw the body there from Starcevic. I would argue good defensive work, but I haven't seen the replay. And you would have thought this is in Morris's range. 2 first names, though. Can't trust him. And it looks like Harley Reid's just tripped over on the bench. What's he done here? Harley Reid's come a cropper on the bench. He's tripped over his own feet. It's unbelievable. Morris with an awful kick. The run-up looked awful the whole way through. Ball still in play. Cobra Kai in the square. Eagles are falling all over the top of it. They want to rush it. They want to ball up. Lions want a free kick. Nothing doing. Big Plugger saying, will Morris win a Coleman? He may well do at the end of his career. Zach Bailey with a good shark there, but he couldn't hit the target and it's out of bounds. Harley Reid has rolled his ankle in the dugout. He's now getting it strapped. Disastrous scenes there. You got to keep your eyes on what you're doing, man. He's put the phone down and he's just tripped straight over a Gatorade bottle. Poor product placement if I've ever seen it. And I know all about product placement as I'm watching the BenQ TK705 high projector with crisp 4K high definition quality. And it's a ball up inside the defensive 50 as Harley's getting it strapped up and he's trying to get back out on the ground. 10:57 gone in the first quarter. Line scoreboard update, good to keep me honest. Yep, I'll get onto that. I'm watching the play, though. Eagles turn it over, and they've turned it back over. Ball going inside 50 here. Starcevic making a contest beautifully with Morris. Morris getting first hands on it. He gets the hands off. Ashcroft, slick hands. Scotty's suitcase, that is holding the ball, son! Fantastic pressure there. You love to see that. I've updated the scoreboard. Good to keep me honest. Switches to Duggan. Duggan hits a target for the second time today, which is unbelievable scenes. Hamish Davis, 2 first names, can't trust him, looks short, and that's the sort of chiseler kick that you want. Open up the corridor. Brady Hoff. It's 50 metres. What's the 50 for? I don't know. It's as good as it's ever been, and I'll take it. Hoff not in range from here, but he plays on because nobody's on the mark. That's sloppy from the Lions. Long kick to the hot spot. Off hands. It's out of bounds. Geez, this is what you want to see. The 50 looked like it was encroachment. It was in the protected area. It was Cobra Kai going the wrong way around the man on the mark. It's a soft free kick. But it is there. Ball in. 10:04 on the clock. It's a tackle inside 50. He hasn't got rid of it. Answorth has. Fort's dropped it. Dersma couldn't pick it up. Jack Williams picks it up. He handballs it somehow. Murdoch with the kick. It's high to the square. It's a good punch. Good defensive work. That's a behind. I will update the scoreboard. I'm hot on it. I'm keeping myself honest. Zorko out of fullback. Active AFL players with 2 first names will be a cracking quiz. You love to see that. Too many of them, got to be said. Zorko with a chiseler to Ainsworth. Now looks long down to the wing. There's 2 blies there. And it's a good mark from Bazzo. Might have been a push. Nothing paid. Bazzo's looked good the last couple of weeks and he goes long inside 50 and the Eagles have numbers. Couldn't mark the ball. Hands off. Fort manages to butter up somehow. Good tackle on Cobra Kai. How did he get rid of that umpire? He says play on. Davis lunging for the ball. Franco with a good tackle on Chalky Neal who got the handball out. Fort gets the hands. Ashcroft gets the hands. Brisbane recover and they hack the ball down the line. But Bazzo again in the right spot at the right time. Play on, says the umpire. Oh, look at this. He dummies the man on the mark. Now he goes long down the line. 2 guys there for each team. That's a fantastic mark from Harris Andrews. And you'd like to see Yoel Waterman make a better contest of that. But that is why Harris Andrews is one of the best in the business. Good kick down the line to Berry, who marks. And he doesn't take the handball. I thought he would have. He goes to Neal, who marks as well. He wants the handball, though, and he does give it to Ashcroft. And Ashcroft looks... Oh, that is a fantastic spoil there. Was that Bazzo again? What a 2 minutes from Bazzo. He's been absolutely fantastic as the ball goes out of bounds. Next captain from Mr. Plough. I would argue Ruben Jimby next captain. As the ball is thrown back in. Williams getting the tap. That's Jack. Franco is on this. He couldn't pick it up. Neal was all over him like a rash. Ball going towards the boundary line. Cobra Kai with the missed handball. It's a lasso. Duggan moves it on quickly. Goes back to Disco Herbert and he's looking for an option short and he finds it. TK, who's had a very good year if I do say so myself. He takes a bounce, which is a risk in the wet, but he goes long down the corridor and look at that from Job. He's having himself a quarter and he goes short, quick and too high for Baz, but that is great pressure from Cole. Hamish Davis puts the ball on the foot, but it is marked in the last line of defence there. I believe that was Leicester. Lions looking to clear this one out. 7:55 gone, 32-10 Eagles way. Who would have thought that coming into this one? Lions just getting their handball, getting their short disposal game going here. Wilmot, nice run and carry. Off hands, good defensive pressure there from the Eagles, but it's a free kick. And it might have been an arm chop or high contact on Zach Bailey. 2 first names, can't trust him. He's looking for where to go. I think that might have been there, just a late clip over the ears. If you can't find the ball, find the one with the ears, as they used to say. Zach Bailey going long inside 50 to the hot spot. And Cobra Kai with a massive leap, and he's taken a fantastic mark. No Eagles checking him. He had an unimpeded run at the football, and that is your mark of the day so far, all thanks to the Big Land. Massive shout out to the Big Land sponsoring season 3 of the Creator Classic, getting around us here at Statchat and giving us some free tickets to their next event, which is next Saturday night, and we will be giving them away all throughout this evening. Easy goal, easy conversion there for Cobra Kai. Brisbane getting the margin back to 16 points in this one. 23 minutes gone in the first quarter. It's a bloody long quarter because it's a high-scoring quarter. Vala saying Showman Loman with a specky and goal. It was a bloody good mark, that one. Just had an easy run at this ball, though. No defender on him whatsoever. Poor defensive work, but you have to appreciate the athleticism from Cobra Kai in that one. Adam saying, Josh, do the TV networks know about me? You're a natural at this. I appreciate that, mate. They do not, but if they did, we'd have talks. 6:54 to go. Harley has not come back on. He's been on the bench for 10 and a half minutes now. Surely he's not done for the day. Would have thought he'd come back on right now for this clearance if he was ready to go. Look at Bailey getting up. And he's going to get the clearance as well. Inside 50, who's there? That's a good saving mark from Wilmot. It must have been play on. It must have been touched because he moved it on pretty quick. Play on again, says the umpire. But the lines are composed and they're moving this quickly. This is how you get the Eagles on the transition because they do not work back well defensively. Charlie goes long inside 50. There's 3 on 2 here. That is a fantastic mark from Logan Morris. Tyler Young needed to be better in the contest there. That's been my gripe with him this year. Just has not excelled in the one-on-one contest as a key defender. And let's be honest, that's what you need to do as a key defender. PB&J not happy with Duggan in that contest there. Chad Warner, a chance of mark of the year. Was that from today? We've got 48 viewers in the chat at the moment. So if you haven't commented yet, make yourself known. Great to have you here as Logan Morris comes in and he's absolutely shanked it. That is going out of bounds on the full. What is going on there from a man with 2 first names? You clearly can't trust him. Harley Reid still on the bench, yet to come back on. Frisk doing God's work in the chat around the grounds. Pies, Carlton, 8 points of difference. As we close in on the halftime in that game, that is a poor kick from the Eagles and a turnover, and the ball's going to come back in quickly. They need to set up defensively here. Surely Cobra Kai not going for the distance from here, not going the journey on a wet night. You cannot do this, son. He plays on. He hoiks the ball just high up in the air, about 15 metres out from goal. Off hands. Zach Bailey at the back couldn't hold it. Eagles wanting a contest here. They want to ball it up. Lions wanting a free kick. They don't get one. The Eagles do for holding the ball, and they'll be happy with that. 5:20 to go in this one if you're trying to stream and link up this stream to the way you're watching this one. Shout out to those in the chat. The ball goes long down the line, off hands. Good tackle there. Someone's copped a falcon. Someone's copped a loose falcon in this one. I think that was Hamish Davis off half back. The Lions turn it over. Leicester goes long back down the line again. Brisbane have numbers there. Good mark. Bazzo couldn't get the fist in. Logan Morris has been everywhere so far in this one, but just cannot kick straight. Harley's still not back on the ground. I said he couldn't kick straight. He's kicked it right into the pocket. Punch there from Tyler Young out of bounds. Cobra Kai's not happy with that. Gave him a little bit of a jab. Nothing doing in that. Harley's still waiting to come back on the ground. Tigball with some kind words in the chat. Ball comes back in. Jack Graham just hoiks the ball out of there. Was it touched? I don't know. It's a lasso either way. Mr. Plough saying he's muted the TV. You love to hear that. Harris Andrews chipping the ball inside 50 and he finds a target. Lions looking like they're setting up the switch here. Can the Eagles prevent it? They go back the other way. They've got a mark. They've got Andrews short if they want it, and they go there. But the entry inside 50 is where they are struggling at the moment. The Eagles have zoned this off well. Can they force the contest as he goes long down the line? Who's there? Sammy Draper's there. Everybody flies. Job's gone back as well. Disco Herbert takes one on. Starcevic composed down back. That's good work from Stars, but it's a 2-on-1 down the line. Jack Williams is being manhandled. No free kick coming his way. Lions go back inside 50. Is it going to stay in? I think it will, but that's a good punch there from Joe. Ball doesn't go out of bounds. Bazzo's going to hold this one up. 3:38 to go inside the Lions forward line as they look to try and get a goal here and cut back into this 16-point deficit that the Eagles have jumped them with. What a start. Ball back in. Bit of a contest. Looks like it's going to be another ball up here. You've got to be happy, and as an Eagles fan, if you're watching this one, and I'm bloody happy at the moment. What a start from the boys. Sam Draper with a fantastic tap. Ashcroft doesn't get rid of it. A good tackle from Liam Duggan there. Ball goes out of bounds. Eagles calling for a lasso, but it's inside the defensive 50. I mean, we've been playing 19 rounds. I would have thought you'd known the rules by now, boys. The boundary umpire with a decent set of lettuce is wiping the ball and he's ready to throw it back in, and he does. Good penetration on the throw. That's a clear push in the back from Sammy Draper. Umpire says play on. It's as good as it's ever been. Ashcroft with good hands. Zorko, look at that crisp ball work from the Lions. Levi Ashcroft, though, let himself down with the kick. Bazzo, good mark in the opposite back pocket. 3:05 left on the clock. He goes long down the line, but it's a poor option because it's a 2-on-1 and almost a great mark for Wilmot. He tried to claim it, but he couldn't get away with that one. Jared Berry looks like he's taken possession of it. The ball's been dragged in. Umpire says ball up. Ryan Fox in the British Open is 4 under through 6 holes. Big ups from the Kiwi. 32-16. What a hit out from Baz. He's gained 30 metres on that. Darcy Wilmot with a good smother to get the ball over the line. Eagles' work around the contest has been fantastic so far in this one. Lions ball winners, though, are getting a heap of the pill. Will Ashcroft with 9, Lockie Neal with 7. They're getting the ball inside their territory as well with 72% time in forward half, but it hasn't converted to the scoreboard. Largely their inaccurate kicking, though. Ball comes back in. It's off hands. Nobody can get the ball so far. Tom Cole tackled by Berry. It's a good tackle by Berry. It's another ball up. Eagles will be very happy with this. Tig Ball saying Shanahan in and around the ball. He has been. He's kicked a snag. He's been lively so far in this one. Sammy Draper with a mid-air boot to it. Baker turns it over. That was good from Zach Bailey, but he's tackled now, and that's a ball up. Great contest so far in this one. Loving seeing the Oka jumpers as well. Ball goes up. Baz pushed out of it. Draper with a long hit out to Chalky Neal. Bad boy Neal picks it up and fends off his man Dersma and gives a little bit of a juke there to Bo Allen. But that's a great mark in the back line there from Job Shanahan, who's gone back in defence for the last 2 minutes to try and hold off, and he scores. You've got to think this one through, man. He looked nervous and he's gone into the back pocket. Tyler Young, not necessarily the best user of the ball either, and he's now got to go long down the line. Gets it outside 50. Good mark from Harris Andrews. Handballs inside to Jared Berry. Great smother. Murdoch, the one that recovers it. I didn't see who smothered it. I think it was Baker. But Rome Florence Murdoch long down to the outer wing now, and the ball is marked. Brisbane inside the corridor now. Darcy Wilmot takes the mark. Tom Cole standing it. 1:30 to go in this quarter. Eagles don't want to give a cheap one up here late. Wilmot with a short kick to Ashcroft. He's had the ball on a string so far in this quarter. I think that's disposal number 10. He handballs off. Lions going inside 50. Bit of a mung kick to the hot spot. Cobra Kai uncontested again. That's a mark. That's poor checking there from Starcevic. And he'll go back. And this is exactly what the Eagles wanted to avoid late in the first quarter because they've been so good to start this game of footy. What's your go-to? Bruce says, happy trails. I'm on the waters. Cobra Kai looking dangerous, but to be honest, just need to be better manning up on them. And Cobra Kai has missed an absolute gimme. That's costly from the Lions. Eagles with a 15-point margin. Harley Reid going down to the rooms. You have to worry that we may not see him again because he has not come back on since the early stages of the first. Good punch there from Dersma. Eagles make a contest, 35 seconds to go. Is it a free kick? It is. It was over the shoulder to Jack Graham. 2 first names, but you can trust him with the kick here. He looks wide to Duggan. He says, settle it down, boys. Not necessarily sure he's the best man to have the ball in his hands, but I trust him here. He hasn't got 2 first names. He goes long down the line. Sammy Draper, almost uncontested with the mark there, but you'd have to think he's going to slow the game down here as well. 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eagles will be very happy with the start here, 32-17, as Draper kicks the ball long down the line. Duggan with a fantastic intercept mark as time expires. What a quarter of footy that is. Eagles with a hot start, 15-point lead at quarter time. They do have injury problems, though. Jack Hutchinson hasn't been sighted since an early hamstring awareness, and Harley Reid tripping over a water bowl on the bench. He has not come back on for a good 15 minutes. How are we doing in the chat? Are we enjoying the game so far in this one? All 43 of you in the chat so far. You love to see it. Adam's not happy as a Brisbane fan. And I can stop the count up timer now. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, geez. We're just working all the tech here as we go. Unbelievable scenes. Happy Trails is happy with the Eagles colours tonight. I think we all are. Loving seeing the ochre. I've got the ochre jersey on as well. Destined and Warlord, he says, hello, fellow statisticians. Good to see you on the chat tonight. Of course, those of us in the Discord server, the Statchat Discord server, naming themselves the Statchatisticians. And if you want to chat to some like-minded AFL fans, some Statchat followers, go and check out our Discord server. I've put the link in the chat. It's pinned as well, which is unbelievable. And what I will say is at halftime, we're running a competition right now, by the way. At halftime, we are going to reveal the lineup for Season 3 of the Creator Classic, which starts in a week and a half here on the channel. And we're running a competition in our Discord server. The person who can guess the most names correctly of the 12 people that are in the Creator Classic lineup will win a ticket to the Big Land's next event, which is being held next Saturday night. Free ticket, courtesy of the Big Land, who are sponsoring Season 3 of the Creator Classic. So make sure you get your guesses in. And I'm going to have a quick scan as we go through here just to see what some of the guesses are. I can see Ash has joined the Discord. I can see Twig has joined the Discord. And let's see what people are thinking here. Lawson's got in the chat. I'm going to read this one out. Lawson has guessed that the 12 people in the Creator Classic lineup, and this is not confirmed, by the way, this is just Lawson's guess. Lawson thinks we've got Andy Munro, Cartman, Gazman, Rudy, Lachlan Miller, BT in the lineup, UCAT, Rolls Macca, True Footy, Geelong Chats, Dylan Alexander, and Wooden Spoon Data. It's a fair lineup. That is a fair lineup. Happy Trails with a genuine question for me. Have you heard from Cardman22 lately? Bro has not posted in a long time. All will be revealed in the fullness of time. Happy Trails. But shout out to Cardi. Hope he's going all right. And if he's taking a break, then nothing wrong with that. So a few people in the Discord have put their guesses for who they think are going to be the lineup for Season 3 of the Creator Classic. You love to see that. Do we get a live cross of the Spud with demolishing a kebab? That's a good question. No idea how I'm going to sync that up on this, by the way. But he did say as well, he said he does want to join the Kahoot at halftime. So we will be running a Kahoot at halftime. I've got two prepared for tonight. Winners will get tickets to the next Big Land event. Shout out to those guys. Valor saying the Lions are having a horrible game. Sloppy and lazy against the lower ranked teams. Sad to say. Yeah, they have looked poor. They have turned the ball over a fair bit, and a few of those goals the Eagles kicked were pretty cheap. But as a biased Eagles fan, I got to say, I'm loving the work out of the centre from the boys. I think we've kicked 2 centre clearance goals and some real nice composed passes that play down the wing as well. Furska's jumping off the stream. Shout out to you, mate. We'll see you in the next one. Of course, full lineup for the Creator Classic will be revealed at halftime. And we might be doing some drops on our socials as well, so you'll get all the updates on that. Spud Cam virtually a requirement at the football. Jesus, that would be absolutely something. Shout out to the Big Land as well. BG getting around in the comments. Good to see you, BG, on the chat as well. One of our regulars. We've got 51 of you in the chat now. It's been growing all throughout the night. Make sure you stay tuned for halftime where we've got an absolutely massive 20-minute break. We're going to be revealing all of the names for Season 3 of the Classic. And on top of that, we've got a Kahoot to run. I don't know how we're going to fit it all in. The footage here from the bench is now suggesting that maybe Harley copped an ankle in play and it wasn't just that, in fact, he tripped over a Gatorade bottle. I'm not sure about that, though. Oh, Frisk. Another donation, 2 massive donations from Frisk tonight. Greatly appreciated from you, mate. Once again, we don't ask for it. We do appreciate it. Shout out to you, mate. You enjoy the evening, yeah? About to start the second quarter here. I'll get things ready to go on my end. Eagles leading this one, 32-17. Big quarter of football coming up. Can the Lions come back in this one? They've started poorly. The Eagles have been fantastic in front of the home crowd. Yo yet to get a stat in this one. The only man on the ground not to have a disposal so far. And we are underway in the second quarter here. Ball goes up. Bailey Williams. TK looking to scrap over the ball there. Dunkley getting in there with him. It's surely going to be another ball up. And it is. Ball goes back up. Bailey Williams gets the tap. Yo's gone in the middle, but it's holding on Bailey Williams. He gets the free kick. Looking for a man running past. Doesn't get it. He turns. He goes. Long inside 50. Jake's there. Jack Williams pushing his man under the ball. Zorko going to clear it with a hack kick. Looks for Cobra Kai by the look of it, who takes a good mark. Eagles are going to get burned on transition here. There's a man 1 out in 50, but that is a good one-on-one win there from Tyler Young. Take the ball out of bounds. He's been tackled. This is holding the ball. He did well until he went to ground. It's not holding the ball. It's as good as it's ever been as a biased Eagles fan. Zach Bailey on the boundary line, handballs to himself. TK turning it over. Good work there. The boys bundling it around. Baker smothered. Starcevic smacks it out of 50. Long to half back. Darcy Wilmot couldn't mark. Jack Williams handballs it long. Dersma, yo, first touch of the footy. Spirals it in the direction of Jake Waterman, trying to out-push his man. But good defensive work, and the Lions rebound. The Eagles need to set up here defensively. Lions cutting them up through the middle of the ground. Josh Dunkley looking for a target. Pops one up to the hot spot. Is somebody going to play on Cobra Kai tonight? I swear to God. He's marked the ball 10 metres out. Cheap little snap. Goal. Cobra Kai having a legacy game right here. He's kicked 3 early in this one. And the Lions cut the lead back to 9 points. I want to see who was matched up on Cobra Kai, because that is like the 3rd time now that he's just got out the back, uncontested marks, poor defending. BG, odds of us getting a Statchat goal kicking competition. Would love to see the 4 of you out and about going hit for hit from the pocket, kicking snags. That could be something. We'd have to sort out the audio, though. I mean, it took us a good 2 years to sort the audio out in the studio. Can you imagine what it's going to be like outside the studio? Goodness me. Mr. Plough saying he told us that Cobra Kai was going to kill us, and he is killing us at the moment. He's kicked 2. He could have kicked probably 3 or 4 by this point. Ball up in the middle. TK with a nice shark there, and he goes long in 50, and Jake the Snake out in front. He couldn't mark. It was good defending there, but he's staying on the ball. He hands it off to Jack Graham, 2 first names, looks inside 50. It's a high ball. Yo sitting under it, and he brings the ball to ground. Good rebound here. I think that was Wilmot. Lions sorting their way out through handball here. And that might have been Connor McKenna. Goes out to the wing, outer side, near side. Good tackle from Tyler Young on Hipwood. He's done well there. $17.52 gone if you're trying to link up the stream to this call. Ball about to come back in. That is a decent beard there on Darcy Ford. That's the first time I've seen it up close. He's got a bit going on. Zach Bailey, 2 first names, long inside 50. T-Mac couldn't get the touch on it. Tyler Young goes to ground. He's got high contact. The umpire has paid it. But I will say, big fella, you shouldn't be going to ground so easy. But he does get the free kick. Long kick down to the wing. Bailey Williams presents well and a good mark. Well done, Baz. Looks long in the direction of Jake Waterman. He's got 2 on him. Ball goes to ground. Eagles going to run onto this. Milan Murdoch couldn't take possession. Was he held? No, he wasn't. Good tackle there from Jake. Good follow-up. The boys are pressuring well here. Bo Allen around the ball. Zach Bailey has had a fair bit of the pill. He handballs it back to Harris Andrews. Darcy Wilmot with a short little chip. Umpire says play on to Answorth. Chips it again. Good pressure here from the Eagles. That's Tunstall. I had to look up his name because I'd seen him a couple of times. I had no idea who this bloke was. But now he chips the ball sideways back to Wilmot. Nobody comes to him, but he's got nowhere to go. The Eagles are preventing the short chips here. Have we got a 50? No, we've got a blood rule. We've got a blood rule for Milan, Rome, Florence, Naples, Sicily, Murdoch, who's been good so far. Kicked an early goal. He's had 5 and a goal. What happened to Zorko? Has something happened to Zorko? I don't know. I mean, I'm looking down the list. I've seen him. Someone knows if something's happened to Zorko, you tell me. He's done a soft tissue, has he? Oh, boy. That's bad news for the Lions, particularly at this stage of the year. Wilmot goes long past the wing to the half-forward line. The rucks go at it. They couldn't mark. Darcy Fort picking it up at ground level. It's going to be a ball up. What a name, says Riley Crawford. Not sure who we're talking about. Ball goes back up. Fort tackled. Good tackle. Ball back up. Good contest, this one. 9 points the difference. Ashcroft fighting his way out of it. Did he get rid of it? He somehow did. That's Disco Herbert there. Takes possession of it. Lions wanted ball. It's going to be a lasso. Ashcroft going to get another disposal. He's on 12. Vision of Reed in the rooms. It looks like he's going for a jog. He could be coming back on here, which is good for the Eagles. Ball goes inside 50. Contest. Lions have it. Chalky nearly tried to fend off. That's got to be ball. It's not paid. I might be biased there. It's as good as it's ever been. The long-ass name I pronounced. Are we talking about Murdoch, one of my favourites? Bo Allen cops a high contact, but nothing coming his way. Ball in dispute here in the Lions 50. Ashcroft, he wanted high tackle. He wanted the high contact. He didn't quite get it. Disco Herbert holds the ball up. Good contest. Eagles fighting well here. Reed looks like he's ready to come back on. Good tap there from Fort straight down to Zach Bailey, but a good tackle from Brady Hoff. You love to see that. Good fight from these Eagles, these young Eagles in this one. What's harder to remember, Tunstall or Dirksen? Both of them. No idea who the blokes are. Ball goes back up inside 50. Straight to Will Ashcroft on the boundary line. It's a poor kick. It's along the ground. It's a worm burner. Hoff kicking in danger. Surely umpire. And it's gone over the line. It's a rush behind. And I will update the score as T-Mac gets ready to kick the ball out. 8 points the difference. Bailey Williams is good for the Eagles. He is good for the Eagles. Nice kick there from T-Mac. Hits Dersma. Dersma surveying his options. Goes into the corridor. Beautiful kick to Jack Graham. 2 first names. Can't trust him. He looks wide again. Rhett Bazzo. He's got to keep the ball moving here. Get the Lions on transition. Looks long. Long to Job. Good punch there from Leicester. Ball goes out of bounds. Eagles have it in their forward half. A rare entry inside their forward half so far. Harley Reid back on the ground. You love to see it. Last time we saw him, he was fending off blokes in the middle of the ground and setting up a goal. But he's back in the thick of it here. Williams down to Reid. He couldn't grab it. Ashcroft has the pill. So much of the pill tonight. Chalky Neal, low handball. Oh, what was that from Answorth? I don't know what he did there. It looked like it was the Conor McKenna little Irishman. And Dersma with a little bit of a backflip. That's Jack Darling-esque. And there's a free kick here. I think Harley's given a free kick away, has he? Maybe a bit of late contact. 8 points of difference here. It's a soft free kick to give away there from Harley. He didn't need to do it, but it was a soft free kick to be paid, I will say. Hipwood with a good bump there, gets the ball. They keep knocking the ball on. Baker's going to be first one to it. He goes to ground. Lions swarm all over him. Now he's trying to hold it up for a contest, and it is a ball up. This game very evenly poised, which I'm very happy about as an Eagles fan. Hipwood, Williams, Dersma, fumbles, Chalky Neal. Wanted a free kick, Cobra Kai. Somebody get on that man. Levi, good turnover. Reed, good hands. Can the boys find a way out here? Duggan, long down the line. Was there a nudge? The umpire didn't pay it, and it probably wasn't there. Wilmot, wanting to switch. The Eagles defending this very well. He forces the long down the line kick, and the Eagles have numbers to prevent that one. Bazzo wasn't there. Rayner gets a clean run at this. That's poor defending, and he has missed. Had to put that one away. Lions move to 25. 3 goals, 7. Inaccurate kicking costing them in this one. Crowd growing here in the chat. We got 55 of you. Shout out to you guys. Let us know you're here. Ball on the wing. Harley getting involved here. He's been off for a while. He's full of energy. Duggan to Cole. Low Chisler. Classic poor disposal, though, from Tom Cole at Waterman's feet. Ball is going to be thrown up here, right on the Telstra mark, on the 50. Nice bit of play there from the Eagles. In good position now to make the most of this forward entry. Zorko looks like he's ready to come back on. Tunstall, I remember his name. Handballs to the ground. Jack Graham. The ball thrashing around. Harley says, I'll take it from you, Dersma, don't worry. Duggan with a kick inside 50. It's a poor kick, but it's gone over the back. And it's a rush behind. Big plugger, third game of footy he's watched today. He's a Hawks fan. I hope you're enjoying this one. Yo trying to put some pressure on. He's looked poor in the last couple of weeks. He's running out of legs. He's had 1 touch so far today. That's a good punch from Tom McCarthy. Getting the ball out of bounds. Great work so far in the Eagles in this one, in the ochre jumpers. It's just a beautiful looking, crisp looking jumper. Where is Charlie Cameron, says John Namer. He's around. Haven't seen him for a while this quarter. Sam Draper straight down to Harley Reid. He couldn't take possession. Jack Williams, a good follow-up. TK to Dersma. Long kick inside 50, but it's too wide. Out of bounds. Leicester moves the ball quickly. Wilmot, he's had the ball on a string as well. And it's 50. Yo, inside the protected zone. He's been ineffective so far today, and he's had really no influence on this contest, and he's given away a soft free kick and a soft 50 there. Wilmot goes wide. I need to figure out who 27 is. Looks like a tall bloke, though, either way. Long kick inside 50. Bazzo with a good punch. Worked his way onto the ball. Ashcroft, he tried to fend off. He got the hands, though. Snap and a goal. Connor McKenna playing forward in this one. Kicks the goal. The Lions get their way back. It's a 2-point margin in this one. Big plugger saying, imagine if the AFL streamed a game on YouTube or Twitch and the commentators read the chat. I am liking what they're doing with Dan Does Footy at the moment. Real good collaborations. Getting to actually put the coverage of the game on the screen. Good initiative and good way to open up the market, I think. Just having a look through the chat here as well. Mr. Plough not happy with the stand rule. That's probably in reference to the 50-metre penalty there. Will Ashcroft leading all comers with 16 touches so far. Still 11 minutes, 53 to go. And he's going to get the pill there. He knocks it on, in fact, so he doesn't get a stat. Jared Berry, handballs to Chalky Neal. He was tripped, was he? Nothing paid. Wilmot collecting the ball. Goes short. Berry marks. Eagles are zoning off well here. They're really preventing the corridor kicks in this one. Good teamwork and defensive strategy in this. Draper couldn't mark. Yo at ground level picks up, hacks the ball up in the air. Brisbane well placed here. Handball's off. There's a free kick, and it's going to Tim Kelly. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure what it's for. Dunkley's not happy about it. Kelly down the wing. He's got a man. It's Tom Cole, the born-again forward. One of the filthiest stashes you've ever seen. Doesn't know where to go. He wants the inside kick. He wasn't confident with it, so he goes long down the line. To the contest. Jack Williams launches. Job launches. Knocks the ball back into traffic. Rayner. Handball. Berry. Back to Rayner. Stops. Props. Long to the wing. Everybody flies. Cobra Kai flies. Bailey might have copped a bit of claret in the mush there. Dunkley and Cobra Kai trip over themselves. Not sure what's going on there. Tyler Young with a handball. Herbert fumbles. Baker. Milan, Rome, Naples, Sicily, Venice with a bounce. 2 bounces. Have a look at him. Left foot ball is poor, but it is touched by Davis. Was there sufficient intent to keep it in? Apparently there was. Harley Reid has been having a good season, says John. He has. He will be leading the Eagles best and fairest at this point. And really just the work rate has been a big lift from season 2 to season 3 for Harley. It's been great to see. That one came off Draper's thigh. Levi Ashcroft up and under ball. Hoff couldn't mark. Herbert around this one. Goes back in for a second effort. Neal with the good hands. Levi Ashcroft kicks it high. None of the Eagles wanted it. They didn't really talk about it. Bazzo took it, bumped one. Now handballs to McCarthy. Now to Herbert. He does a full 360. He didn't know what he was doing, and neither did his opponents. And they work it out. Bo Allen, he's under pressure here. He's tackled. Did he get the handball? It's play on, and the ball goes out of bounds. And that's a bit of a bump there from Sammy Draper on Davis. And he says, get out of my way. Riley says, imagine BT doing this. Our BT? He was doing it last week. We had him here. 9:47 to go in the second if you're watching along with us. Draper gets the tap. TK gets the rove, though. Handball. Did he handball? I don't know. Connor McKenna gets a boot on it. He didn't get a handball, did he? He did. It's a lasso. The boundary umpire with the saucy set of lettuce is the one that called that one. Tom McCarthy looking for options. He's going to go long down the line to the contest. Pack forms. Cole with a punch. Kelly's going to be first one to it. Good pickup. Handball's off. He's got runners. Knocked on. Wasn't possessed. Gallop. Nice kick, but play on, says the umpire. Rayner. Handballs, turns it over. Harley fends off. He manages to get the hands free. Waterman chips the ball. Good option to Job. Good turnover. Good forward pressure. Job kicks the ball, looking for a better option. It's Duggan. 40 metres out. 30-metre angle. 30-degree angle. Do we trust Duggan to kick this? I'm not sure. What does any of that mean? Are they close to scoring? They have the ball inside 50, Monty, and Duggan is looking for a shot on goal to put the Eagles up. The left foot ball is missed to the near side. 34 plays 31 in this one. Eagles with a slight lead, but they need to make the most of their chances because Brisbane have outplayed them in this quarter. Zorko is back on and he kicks the ball long. Clearly the string's okay. Gallop off hands, but he composes himself. He handballs to Levi. Levi wanted to go inside. Eagles prevented it. Goes long to the contest. Good punch from Tyler Young. Herbert, good pickup, good handball. Tyler Young bumps it back in there. And that's a great mark from Harris Andrews. Fantastic one-on-one mark. Kicks it to Lester in his own defensive 50. He's got another short option, which he finds, but it's play on, says the umpire. It's not 15. Is it holding the ball? Somehow he got a boot to it. Lockie Neal handballs it off. Good defensive pressure here from the Eagles. Can they capitalise on the turnover? It's a great tackle from Cam Rayner, the 2 number 1 picks with a one-on-one contest. And it's going to be a ball up. Draper looked like he won that one. Was it a high tackle on Ashcroft? He wants it. The umpire gives it to him. I think it was there. He's had the ball on a string. I think this will be disposal number 17. Goes backwards. Yo manning the mark. Answorth, the switch is on here for the Lions. Can the Eagles cover it? Harris Andrews waiting for numbers. He's saying, come at me, come at me. He does. He gets the present. I think that was Leicester. Gallop. They're just trying to find the right option here to work their way up the ground. And they're picking holes here in the Eagles zone. And this is going to come unstuck pretty quick here for the Eagles. Finds Zach Bailey. Doesn't. It's out of bounds. It's a lasso. What chance is Harley to go to Tassie on $3 million a year? I don't think he will. Dersma in the defensive 50. Kicks the ball long to the wing. It's a 2-on-2. Harris Andrews with a fantastic spoil. The man that just loves 1%ers. If you missed it, we did a quiz on our channel earlier this week. Every club's leading 1%er getter. Who's got the most 1%ers for each club? Go and check that one out. Ball thrown in by the spicy set of latest boundary umpire. Draper with the two-handed tap. Baker's first one there. Tackled. He didn't really want to get rid of the ball, if I'm being honest. He just wanted contact. You could kind of see it. But he had nowhere to go. Ashcroft with 17. Neal with 15. Lions just getting a stack of possession here, but the Eagles still in front of this one by 3 points. McCarthy hacks it out. Cole looking for somewhere to go. It's a poor kick to Graham, but he just manages to mark, and it was only just 15. They're switching the play. That's a terrible kick. Graham manages to knock the ball on, but the ball's turned over. The ball's turned over again. Good from Young. Good reach. Terrible handball. The skills on show here are awful, but the Eagles are going to work it out. Dangerous kick into the corridor. Manages to work it out to Naples, Venice, Sicily, Murdoch. Dersma with a worm burner. Levi Ashcroft tripped over himself. Bo Allen with a handball. Fumbled. The Eagles are making a meal of this, but Dersma's got it, and he's got a right foot snap, and he's kicked a goal. How have they done that? One of the worst passages of play you'll see for the night, but the Eagles have converted a goal. Will Dersma, the number one pick, kicking it from 40 metres out, right foot snap. Look at this, Eagles fans. 9-point lead, 21 minutes gone here in the second quarter. I have no idea how they managed to work that out. I think every single disposal was a fumble or a turnover for about 10 consecutive possessions. Shit football, but we take it, boys. We take it, ladies and gentlemen. The chat's happy with that one. Duration. Dersma. Hawksman is in the chat. Good to see you, mate. A regular here on the channel. A lot of regulars here in the comments section. And if you are a regular, let us know. Give us a yell. Bailey Williams get the tap. The Scottish suitcase. Handballs to Dunkley, who hoiks it on the boot, gets it inside 50. Nobody marks. Looks like Tunstall, who I remember his name now. Handballs to the Scottish suitcase. Looked like he wanted to go for goal, but then he props it up, and I have no idea what he was doing with that. Out on the full. 5 minutes 30 to go. I tell you what, the voice is going to be shot by the end of the night, but we don't mind that. If you are enjoying the commentary with this one, give us a sub. Let us know in the chat because I'm enjoying bringing it to you. Long kick down the line. There was a push there from Gallop. Nothing paid on Jack Williams. The ball's out of bounds. Standard West Coast play from Mr. Plough in relation to that goal, and I definitely do agree with that. Ball thrown in. Williams the front spot. Williams looks like he's going to go and pick the ball up. Gets the ball out. Soccer there from Starcevic. Naples Murdoch with the ball up the long. Williams picks it up. The full 360. Is it ball? It is. No, is it play on? It's as good as it's ever been. Berry, surely that's holding the ball if the other one was. What is going on here? Is it's good as it's ever been, as Harley absolutely gives the umpire a spray and says, you've got no idea what's going on, mate. Ball thrown back up. Baz Williams gets the hit out. Harley's there. Dersman's there. Bo Allen. Nice little 1-2. Right foot snap again. Murdoch knocks it on well. Good boy there, Naples. Jack Williams gets the ball out of bounds. Matthew West saying we need more. I don't know if that's in relation to the Eagles or in relation to myself. I'll keep giving it to you. 4:46 to go in the second quarter here. Eagles by 9 points. We've got a big halftime coming up, so if you're tuned in, make sure you stay with us. Kahoot Trivia, and the reveal of the Craddock Classic lineup. Bo Allen looks like he's going to get to this one first. No, it's Cisco Herbert, and he's kicked the ball off his back heel. He's lassoed it himself. And McCluggage is going to bring this one in. Umpire says, no, come back over the line. No, they've got to go to the arc. They've got to check it. It's as good as it's ever been. Chat's not happy with the umpiring. Michael Rumpf saying that was dead set holding the ball on the Harley Reid tackle. And I agree with you, Michael. And it's as good as it's ever been. As the saucy settle letters boundary umpire gives us the signal, it's a lasso, but you're a minute late, mate, because we already all knew it. Scottish suitcase. Now the Eagles have had a time to reset, and he manages to try and pinpoint a pass. It's off hands. Plenty around this ball. Is someone going to man up Cobra Kai today? Because he roved it beautifully off the pack, and he had a nice right foot slip at a Logan Morris, who's on a very acute angle, about 30 metres out, but you wouldn't expect him to kick it. He hasn't necessarily had his kicking boots on today because he's missed a couple that he's missed 0 goals, 1 so far for Morris today. But he's had at least 3 shots on goal, I reckon. Who's my favourite West Coast Eagles player? We're talking past or present. If it's present, you can't go past my man. Naples, Venice, Sicily, Milan, Murdoch, and Logan Morris has hit the post to the near side. It's a bloody good effort. Very good effort with this one. Around the ground score check, thanks to the Big Land, who is sponsoring the channel for the Season 3 Craddock Classic. We're into the third quarter of the Carlton game, the Carlton-Collingwood game, and just as I'm about to give you the score, they've gone and changed it on the coverage, so I can't even tell you what it is. Intercept mark there from Jared Berry. Umpire calls play on. Bo Allen didn't know what to do. Berry with the right football inside 50, top of the square. Mark there from Duggan. Good work. Good defensive work. Now I go around the grounds. It's 45-37 in the third quarter of the Carlton-Collingwood game. Duggan goes long down the line. Sammy Draper's got best spot, but it's off hands. It's over the back. Eagles can capitalise here if they do it well. Jobe to Yo. Yo with a loose ball into the corridor. Off hands, though. Good contest here from my man. Naples, Venice, Sicily, Murdoch. Up in the air it goes. Dunkley is on the receiving end of it. He chips the ball back. The Lions want to compose. Bad boy Chalky Neal kicks the ball into Answorth. Answorth stops and props and goes back to bad boy Neal. He's having a look. The Eagles have zoned off well here. He hasn't got options. Now he does. He goes short to Ty Gallop. He goes long down the wing. He's got a one-on-one. Dunkley bodied off it. Tom McCarthy's there with him. It's going to be a ball up. Mr. Plough keeping me honest, saying that Brisbane should be 32, and we love to see that. Keep me honest in the chat here. I've got a bit going on. Ball goes inside 50. Cobra Kai jumps again. How many times am I going to say it? Somebody man the boy up. Starcevic gets the handball off. Bo Allen going for a run. This is what we want to see as Eagles fans. Bo Allen with the footy under his arm, but the handball was shit. Zorko just dives for the boundary line. What is going on here? Deliberate umpire, and he pays it. Carlton kick a goal. It's 45-43 in the other fixture. Jack Graham, 2 first names. Long down the line. Jakey's there. Harris Andrews, first one till it got the spoil, but the ball's turned over. It's a bit of a pinball in there. Bad boy Neal. Logan Morris. Zach Bailey. He tripped over himself. Still got the hands off, though. Brisbane worked this way out. Tunstall. I've remembered his name. He's got no one on him. He's got 2 guys on the outer wing. Nobody's manning them up. He goes out there now. If Bailey Williams is chasing, you're in trouble. Lockie Neal, bad boy Neal, long down inside 50. Zach Bailey, uncontested mark. He wants to move it quick. The Eagles have been caught napping here, and that's another mark to Logan Morris in the exact same position as he had it 2 minutes ago. Has he learnt anything is the question. Tapu Senna is in the chat. Shout out to you. He says, Eagles or Brisbane, who's going to win? I've got no idea. But the Eagles have had a very good first half in this one. Valor looking for some leads from the Lions, and that's what you wanted to see right there. A nice presence, a nice good present there from Morris. The Eagles just couldn't zone up quick enough to prevent that. Geez, he improved the angle a fair bit there, did Morris, but he's offline to the other side. He can't miss a trick. And keep me honest, Lions now on 33. Eagles on 40. 4 goals, 9 to Brisbane in this one. Tom McCarthy ran his full measure. Awful kick off the man on the mark as well. Zorko, first one to it, hacks the ball. Connor McKenna, a good tackle there from Jack Graham. 2 first names. Can't trust him, but you can with that one. That is a fantastic tackle. A score-saving tackle, most certainly. 39 seconds to go. He switches it towards Duggan, who does manage to get a hand on it, but the ball's going to be turned over. Tunstall couldn't get it. Good work from Hamish Davis, 2 first names. Duggan with a left foot ball. It's a mung of a kick as per usual, but Job turns his man inside out and he kicks it to the one-on-one, which is Jake the Snake, but it's come off the chest. He couldn't mark. Butters up. There was a good smother there. There was a good bump there from Draper, I should say. Brisbane are going to compose themselves. Berry with 14 seconds to go. This should be the halftime score, you would think, with 10 seconds left on the clock. As an Eagles fan, you've got to be ecstatic right now. 6 goals, 440. Brisbane, 4 goals, 933. What a half of football. What a half of football. I wouldn't have believed it if you had told me before this game that the Eagles would be leading by 7 points at halftime in this one. Cracking contest. Brisbane getting all of the ball. The Eagles just making the most of their chances, it has to be said. What's everybody's thoughts so far on the game? Who's our MVP to this point of the match? Shez saying, guess on Josh's favourite flavour of chip, packet of crisps. That is a good question, and the answer will surprise you. Mr. Plough is an Eagles fan saying he's taking it. Bordeaux V saying opinions on Carlton leading the Pies by 4. Good contest. Michael saying Milan Murdoch, his MVP so far. Milan, Venice, Naples, Sicily, Rome, Murdoch has been fantastic so far in this one. Giving good pressure. Giving a presence. He's had 9 touches and a goal. Hasn't recorded a tackle, but he's been everywhere. Mr. Plough happy with Tyler Young's game. Tapu Senna saying they bet $10,000 on Brisbane to win at $1.45. If you've got $10,000, you shouldn't be betting with it, I should say, but that is what it is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what some of you have been tuned into the stream for. Halftime. There's a lot to cover. First off, we will be playing a Kahoot at halftime, but I have some announcements to get through first. If you are only just joining the stream, first and foremost, welcome. There's a few things we're doing tonight. First of which is calling the game, calling the Eagles-Brisbane game, which has been a spectacle so far. We've bloody well enjoyed it. Second thing is we're doing some live trivia. We're hosting some Kahoots. We're going to have one in about 5 minutes' time, which you guys will all be able to play along with at home. But the most important thing we're here to do tonight is talk about the Creator Classic. We've already made some announcements. First off, Season 2 champion Michael is back on the channel this week. Head-to-head with our man BT on Tuesday. You don't want to miss it. Best way to keep up to date with all that action is, of course, to subscribe to the channel. Second announcement, the trophy. We've gone bigger and better. The budget has been blown. Have a look at this thing. Absolutely huge for the Season 3 Creator Classic trophy. A massive piece of silverware that one of our 12 creators will be taking home if they win this year's tournament. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've all been waiting for. The official announcement of who will be in the lineup of 12 for Season 3 of the Creator Classic. I didn't think we could go bigger than we did in Season 2. We had 16 creators, 16 massive names. It was a huge tournament, and we thought, how do we top this? I feel like we have. First off, we've got 12 creators, which is less than 16. But we've got three-way matchups in this one. Three-way matchups out the gate. And I tell you what, the first match of the Crowder Classic is something to behold. On Tuesday, the 28th of July, episode number 1 for Crowder Classic Season 3 kicks off. And I'm just going to reveal who's in it right now. Have a look at this. Caden McDonald is in the Crowder Classic, taking on Tommy Flanners, one of the biggest Sydney Swans nuffies going around, a massive name from the Instagram space. And our man Spud will be joining them in one of the biggest three-way head-to-heads you have ever seen. What a way to start the tournament. But that's not all. Matchup number 2. Dylan Alexander, returning to the channel. Rolls Macca, returning to the channel. And Dylan's co-host, Jesse from True Footy. Geez, there's going to be some spice in that one. Unbelievable. Matchup number 3. 3 of the biggest fan channels and fan podcasts going around. And some guys that I absolutely just love. Deebs from the True Bloods podcast is in the Crowder Classic. Chris from the Tigercast podcast is in the Crowder Classic. And returning to the channel. He's been on last year. He's back again to redeem himself. Joe from the Almost Blues Brothers podcast. A head-to-head matchup if I've ever seen one. 3 of the biggest fan channels going around. You love to see that. And as the violins reach the crescendo, matchup number 4. The final matchup to complete our Season 3 Crowder Classic lineup of 12. Some returning guests. Cardman is back. The Gazman is back to redeem themselves after a highly questionable matchup between the two of them last year. And useless AFL stats, the other admin, Aaron. He said Liam wasn't good enough last year. I want another crack at it. Get me in the hot seat. And we said, you know what? We bloody well will. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the lineup. Caden McDonald, Spud, Tommy Flanners, Rolls Macca, Jesse from True Footy, Dylan Alexander, also from True Footy, Tigercast, Almost Blues Brothers podcast, True Bloods podcast, Useless AFL Stats, Cardman, and the Gazman. Boy, oh boy, wowee. What do we make of that chat? It is going off. Spud is in the chat. He says, get up and about the statisticians. Caden McDonald getting some love. Spud being in it is getting some love. Flanners knows his shit, says BG. Shez saying, where are you pulling these statisticians from? I don't know. Swans well represented early, says BG. Cardi versus Gaz, the return. The man off. Unbelievable. I tell you what, we are super excited to bring this tournament to you guys. We've worked hard on it. We've worked hard. We are super excited to get these people part of the tournament. Super excited to bring it to you. Massive thanks to everybody that is part of this. And we can't wait to bring it to you. Tuesday, the 28th of July. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's do some Kahoot, shall we? Gee whiz. Chat's pretty happy with that. This is going to be good. Statchat to the moon. Hard to pick a favourite early, says Rudy as well. All right, at halftime of this one, we are doing a Kahoot. I will share it on the screen with you shortly. 10 questions, short and sharp. Hopefully we can punch it out before the end of the break. And how do I get this to show up? Because you guys can hear it, I think. What's going on there? Here we go. The Kahoot is up and it's ready to roll. I won't give you too long because I don't think we've got too long until the halftime kicks back in. Let's have a look at the chat here. Spud down for the most chips. Yes, we agree. Dilgaz and Cardi, the veterans of this competition. Rolls Mac are back as well. Mr. Plow saying he can hear the music and it gives him Vietnam level flashbacks. Love that we've got the True Footy boys battling it out. Corey saying he's got 6 right from his guess at the creators, and we'll come back to that as well to see who won the competition to win a big land ticket for correctly guessing the most creators in the lineup. The statisticians are flooding back in here. 24 of you in the lobby. Bit of a build-up there, I tell you what, but we were just super excited to reveal this for you guys and bring you the lineup. Some big names there. It's going to be a fantastic tournament. I reckon I'm going to give it about 30 seconds and then we're just ripping straight into it, eh? Bordeaux V reckons his money's on Spud to sweep. That's 30. We're going to kick this one off. Here we go. The theme of this quiz, it's a West Coast Brisbane themed stream, so it's a West Coast Brisbane themed quiz. Name the least experienced player representing either the Eagles or Brisbane tonight. So it's just the least experienced player on the ground. That's who we're looking for right here. We've got 61 viewers on the call. We've got 32 people that are in the Kahoot right now. You're absolutely still able to join the quiz halfway through. There should be a code that comes up on the screen. That is time on that one. Least experienced player, Shanahan, Herbert. Franco is the name that we needed. I'm not paying Xavier Franco. Any other spelling errors we can make up for here? Nothing that I can see. Joshy Cooker. Julie Saar all getting the answers here. How many goals did Chris Judd kick in the first half of the round 12 2003 fixture between Brisbane and West Coast? This is a very famous game, this one, where Juddy broke out onto the scene. Anyone got any thoughts on this one? How many goals in the first half for Juddy? Big spike in the middle of the board. Fair few people look like they're getting this one right. 5 goals in the first half for C. Judd. 18 people getting it right. Is that Michael Keating I see? Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend that will be back on the channel on Tuesday for the final boss battle. Can't wait to see it. Sort these players from the most to least games they've played at the Eagles and the Lions combined. We got 4 blokes there that have played for both clubs. Put them in the right order. Most to least games played for those 2 clubs. Most people getting their answers in. That is time. 5 people getting it correct. Yo, then Staker, then Witherden, then Oscar Allen. BG, a regular from the comments, moving his way up the board. Cooker, still out in front. True or false? West Coast have never played Brisbane/Fitzroy in a final. True or false? And we're talking Brisbane Bears, Brisbane Lions, Fitzroy Lions, whatever you like in this one. Chelsea saying somebody posted that last answer earlier. I don't know what we're talking about. True, most people getting it right. No finals played between those 2 clubs. Question 5. Jack Redden recorded more career disposals with which club? West Coast or Brisbane? Of course, played for both. Good midfielder for both. But where did he have the most posies? Guesses were split largely 50-50, but it is West Coast. 19 people getting it correct. Big shift to the board. Our man Rudy moving his way into the top 3. Of course, the winner of this quiz will win a ticket to the Big Lands gaming event held in Victoria next Saturday night. Name this individual who played 43 career games across 6 seasons with Brisbane and West Coast. And it's a bit of a slow roll. 2 people have gone early. There's the face. Who is that? We had Tyler Niche in the chat earlier talking rogue names. This is a rogue name. Not many answers coming in. No idea, don't know. Brad Dalziel. A few people getting it. And I'll pay all of those too. I'll pay Dalziel. That's close enough for a question like this. Oh, Big Naz moving up. Cooker moving back up. Question 7. In which year did West Coast most recently defeat Brisbane? Could this question become redundant after tonight? I don't know. Someone's saying, what's your opinion of Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports? We do like Barstool, like what they do. Massive media sports empire in the States. '70 concurrent viewers. Shout out to everybody that's watching along with this one at the moment. Shout out if you're watching the... shout out if you're in the Kahoot as well, mind you. A lot of people getting this one correct. 2018 is the year that the Eagles most recently defeated Brisbane. A bit more of a shift at the top. Flag D's moving his way up. Flag D's won the quiz that we hosted last week here on the channel and did earn himself a ticket to the Big Land event and hasn't claimed it. So hit us up. Which of these players did not poll Brownlow votes in the most recent fixture between the Lions and the Eagles, which was round 2, 2025? It was last year. So you just got to tell us which of these players did not poll any votes. Shez saying, can you do a pop quiz on popular stadium food? I might get some right. Oh, I think we can look at that. Not long to go here. Most answers are in. Lockie Neal, the correct answer. A good split across the board. Jeez, it's tight at the top. JS on top. Flag D's right there. Big Naz right there. 2 questions to go. It's anybody's game. Sam Mitchell and Luke Hodge had stints at the Eagles and Lions before retiring. Who played more games for their second club? Mitchell or Hodge? D from DeAndy says, can we get a squiz at the lovely jersey that you're rocking tonight? Have a look at this. Have a look at the ochre. Unbelievable. Action almost about to start back up here. We've got one question to go. Most people getting Luke Hodge. It is still anybody's game as we get through the last question. Half time almost done and dusted. I've got to get ready on the timer again soon. Sort these venues. Most to least West Coast / Brisbane Fitzroy fixtures hosted. Interesting one. About to start the third quarter here. Eagles leading by 7 points, but who is going to win the Kahoot? That is the question. Ball is back up. 7 people getting this correct, but who has won the Kahoot? Let's see. Big Naz in second. Flag D's in second there. Out in front. JS winning this one as the Eagles hit the post in the first 30 seconds. Well done to JS. We've got one more Kahoot still to go. We will do that after the game is done and dusted. Good work all round from everybody. So JS, hit us up on our Instagram or emails. We've got a ticket for you for the big LAN event being held next Saturday night. Congrats on the win. And just like that, we're back into the action. Ball at half back. I've got to update the scoreboard. Bit of a contest on the wing there. Ball's going to go out of bounds. That gives me a bit of time to sort my shit out. So JS, make sure you hit us up. Instagram, emails, any of our socials. And we'll sort out that ticket. And same for you, Flag D's as well, because we've got a ticket for you from last week. Ball in dispute in the middle of the ground. Eagles by 8 points in this one. Good fist there from Hoff. Tunnel ball there from Bailey Williams. He sockers it out towards the boundary line. Harley Reid's going to get there first. Handball to TK. TK moves inside. He's looking for an option. Long to the top of the square. Jake the Snake off hands. Yo with the contest. Is it rushed? Levi gets it over the boundary line. It's a good start to the quarter here for the Eagles. They've got the ball where they want it. Ball is thrown in. Draper and Williams. Williams with the tap. Yo with the soccer. Zorko tackled. Ball up. Good tackle there from Naples, Venice, Rome, Murdoch. Harley Reid with the crumb, with the snap, he's missed. D-Bar says, any Kahoot quiz? We've just done one, and we've got one more that we're going to have after the game is done and dusted. JS taking out that Brisbane Eagles themed quiz and winning the big LAN ticket for next weekend's event, and we've got one more after the match is done. In the Carlton game around the grounds, Collingwood in front, Mackay and Chera out for the game, says Riley. Levi jukes the man on the mark, kicks long to the wing. Bazzo with the spoil, Mogan with the 3 clutch grab. Umpire says play on, fair enough. Darcy Wilmot getting the handball. He kicks long to Hipwood, who's got a paddock of open space. What does he do with it? He composes himself with the left foot ball. He looks goalward. He hits Charlie Cameron Lace out, who just tripped over the grass on the other side of the boundary line and will go for goal. Geez, that's a good head of hair and a good set of letters from that boundary umpire. Every time I see it, I've just got to talk about it. But Brisbane doing well to capitalise there. They got the ball out the back and the Eagles just could not set up their defensive structure. And that has been a problem for them all season. Charlie goals. Kicks it into the second tier. And that puts Brisbane 5-9-39. Eagles are 6-6-42. It's a 3-point ball game in this one. Adam calling out for the Country Road song, but we're not going to give you that one here. Eagles home game. Eagles fan hosting this stream, so come on now. Big Plugger says, when's the Kahoot about Statchat history happening? I feel like we did one of those a long time ago, and it just confused the hell out of the viewers. It certainly did. But let us know if you enjoyed that one as well. Always a good time doing the Kahoots, getting you guys involved. A lot of very competitive scores in that one too. Ball up, 17-24 to go in the third quarter. Bailey Williams gets it to Franco, who sharks it, and he snaps it, but it's marked and it's intercepted, and I think that's Fletcher. Fletcher goes long. Zach Bailey gets up, but he couldn't mark. Eagles are first there. Harley Reid with the handball to Franco, who fumbled it. Lions want a ball. They don't get it. Franco eventually gets it out. It's still in dispute. Reid over it. Dunkley there. Looks like it's going to be a ball up. It's still play on. It's as good as it's ever been. We've just got a bit of a scrum. It's like they're at the Wallabies game, which is on the other side of town tonight. Duggan to Disco Herbert. He does a bit of a pirouette and a 360. He's looking for where to go, and he's going to switch the ball. Long switch in front of T-Mac. He's given him a bit of work to do. He's got to pick it up, and he quickly handballs over the top of Ashcroft. Gives it to Hamish Davis, 2 first names, and now he goes for a run. 2 bounces for T-Mac. Good chase from Levi, put the pressure on him, but that's a good mark. Tom Cole, I believe it is. He goes inside 50 now. Yo has the sit. Couldn't mark. Well defended from the Brisbane player. Dodges his player as Yo to the hot spot, but it's a 3-on-2, and the boys were out of position. And they haven't taken advantage of the opportunity that was there. Lions looking for where they're going to go next. Harris Andrews marks. Oh, good pressure there from Job, and it's a turnover. Franco's marked it. He wants to go. Umpire said hold. Umpire said hold. A little bit off the ball stuff with Harley and Zach Bailey inside the defensive 50. Franco kicks it high off the side of the boot, and it looks like Davis is there. Waterman off hands. Naples Murdoch with a good handball back to Davis. Davis goes top of the square, but there's nobody there. And Dunkley marks. Lack of composure. Wallabies are 50-10 up after an hour. That is unbelievable. Deba June asking for a cash prize, and you've got to be dreaming if you think we've got cash on us, mate. But we do have the Big Land sponsoring the channel. Shout out to the Big Land. They've got some tickets on offer for their event next weekend, and we'll be giving one more of those away in the last Kahoot we do after the game is done and dusted. Ball out of bounds. Eagles in front by 3. Darcy Fort, geez, he's looking like he's seen some years. Seasoned, furrowed brow, ball comes in. Bailey Williams takes it out of the ruck. He dropped it. I think that should be ball. It wasn't paid. Good slick hands there from the Lions. Bad boy Neal into the middle, but it's at Charlie Cameron's feet. Duggan, good bump there from Rayner, I think it was. Boys going back in. Hoff going back in for the ball. Duggan comes back now, hacks the ball out of there. It's to the advantage of Job. He handballs it. Herbert couldn't hold it, but he stops and he props and he's composed and he's done well. But he's missed the target, and the Lions are going to come back here, and they should kick a goal here on transition if history repeats itself, which they've done all night. Berry, his man fell over, and Bazzo takes advantage and takes a good intercepting mark, saves the Eagles from a score, but that kick is poor, and it's gone out of bounds inside defensive 50. The skills need to be better from the Eagles there. The Pain Train saying he had his stream 2.5 minutes behind, and that is stiff. But I hope you've caught up now. 14-23 gone in the third quarter. Somewhat shallow ball in. Franco getting the ball, hands to Harley. He just whacks it on the boot. Long down the line. Through the feet of everybody, but Yo picks it up smartly. Gives it to Cole. Takes a bounce. Unusual territory for him. Kicks it to the 50. Job's there, but he was out of position. Harris Andrews was, but he made a contest well. Good tackle there from Jack Graham. 2 first names. You can trust him in this one. Ball up inside 50 for the Eagles. Damaging position here. Bailey Williams gets the sit. Levi, good handball out to Berry. Berry dodges one, moves his way through traffic beautifully. Rayner with a great mark in a one-on-one against Starcevic, and he kicks it inside. Nice 45 little chiseler. That's Zach Bailey, who wheels around onto the right foot. He's got a one-on-one inside 50, and Morris with the sit. Bazzo somehow coming out with the win there. No, it's a free kick, and it's probably fair enough. No, it's not a free kick. We're still playing. I thought I saw the umpire signal. Duggan's taken 3 bounces and turns it over as he customarily does. That is typical Liam Duggan, and all is well. And McQualter's not happy there. Look at him. He's absolutely yelling his head off and swearing his head off at his captain, who cannot kick the pill to save himself. Levi Ashcroft. Eagles kicking at 45% this quarter, which does not surprise me in the slightest. Brisbane just getting some composure back here. Ashcroft to the suitcase. The game is there for the Eagles if they want it. They just need to compose themselves and use the ball well. Good punch there from Disco Herbert on a taller man in Fort. Dunkley with great hands. Gives it to Bailey, who looks damaging. Kicks it up, but he's missed his target. Bazzo with a punch. Would have been nice if he could have taken the mark, but you'll just take that. Davis trying to hold the ball up, but he couldn't lock it down. Now it's going to be locked down. Now it's a ball up inside Brisbane 50. Dangerous position right here. Plough saying, I like that Minnie doesn't just like Duggan turning it over. I don't think anybody likes Duggan turning it over. Eagles having a lot of pressure to no avail. They just need to make the most of their chances and use the ball well. Fort with the tap down. Ball in dispute. Rayno looked like he wanted it, couldn't get it. Fort all over it. Ball up again. Ashcroft, Levi, Rayner tackled. Is it ball? He had a chance. Umpire said, give it to me. 3 points of difference. I need to get my score properly. I haven't got my score. The chat not keeping me honest. Ball thrown in. Bailey Williams, 2 hands down. Rayner gets the front spot. Hoff was just hanging off him. It was Tom McCarthy, actually, and that's another ball up. Will Ashcroft leading all comers with 23 posies. Fort with a good push out in the ruck. McCluggage, long handball to Tunstall, who I know his name now, and he's gone with the right foot ball from 45. It's not going to make the distance, but it's marked too easily on the line by Zach Bailey, 2 first names. Starcevic needed to be better than that. Against his old team, clearly just outbodied by a smaller man, and Zach Bailey will go back and give the Lions the lead. Lions hit the front for what I believe is probably the first time in a good hour. Around the ground score check for the big Lan. Collingwood leading at 70-57, about halfway through the third quarter. It's just really poor body work there from Starcevic, and he was yelling at his man, and I am not sure why he was yelling at his man, or was he yelling at the umpire? I don't think there was much in it, to be honest. I don't think there was much in it at all. Just got to be stronger. Look at this stat they put up on the screen here. 20-2, Zach Bailey, the most times to have done it in the last 2 seasons. Unbelievable stat. TK out of the middle. Inside 50. Jake was being trailed to the ball by Leicester. Jack Graham with another good tackle. His tackle number's good tonight. Darcy Fort getting the kick there. Disco Herbert, good smother. Ball in dispute. Davis gives it back to Disco. Is tackled, should be ball. It is ball. Did they play on? Did they play on? McCluggage wanted to play on. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Wilmot inside the corridor. Good mark. Was paid. Hipwood. Ball in dispute a bit here. A little bit going on there with Tom Cole being a bit of a pest. Hipwood. Long kick. Looks for Tunstall. Good spoil from Bazzo. He's been good tonight. Valor says he's been doing it all night. And to the umpire, I don't know in reference to who or to what, but it's as good as it's ever been. 10:54 to go in the third quarter. Lions leading by 3. Bailey Williams with the front spot. Gets the two-handed tap straight down to Tunstall. Reed, Neal, McCluggage. Puts it inside 50. Cameron, second to the ball. Bazzo, he's been good. Handball wasn't though. Bo Allen, couldn't hold it. Is there a lasso? They're going to think about it. It's as good as it's ever been. They're still thinking about it. They're still thinking about it. Now it's a balling. Gives me a bit of time to catch my breath, get a bit of a sip of the water. Thirsty work this one. BT not here to do it with me. He's in the twos, literally and metaphorically. Ball thrown in, shit throw in. Baz is the first one to hit it. Tunstall first one to get the ball. He's kicked it in front of himself. He can't possess it. Good tackle there from Dersma. Starcevic with a tackle. He didn't dispose of that one, umpire. TK gets a high tackle. Nothing coming. It's as good as it's ever been. A little bit biased from me. Ball up inside defensive 50 for the Eagles. Neal. Oh, quick snap. Nobody on the goal line. Chalky Neal, bad boy Neal, kicks the goal, puts the Lions up by 9 in this one. Poor checking from the Eagles at the contest, but that's all class there from bad boy Neal. Tigball checking back in. I reckon he's been watching the Collingwood-Carlton game, which is just about done and dusted, you would say. 82-57, Collingwood leading in that one. Good snap from Neal. Important 5 minutes here for the Eagles. They need to get one back to really arrest momentum. Because since quarter time, they have not done a whole lot of scoring. Ball up in the middle. Draper. Reed the first one onto it. Hoiks it round the body. Bit of an aimless kick though. Ainsworth takes the mark at half back. Gets it to Tunstall. I remember his name. Has another option. That's McKenna, who marks on the wing. Sister Mary Elephant, a regular commenter. She's in the chat. How you doing? Young with the fist. Ball inside 50. It goes through everybody. Charlie knocks it in front of himself. Cobra. Is someone going to man up the Cobra Kai as he hands it to Logan Morris, who kicks one of the easier goals you'll see, and he just needed to get on the scoreboard after a number of misses so far for the night. Logan gets on the scoreboard. This is danger time here for Eagles fans. 3 on the trot in quick succession. And you just have to think that the Lions might be a chance of running away with it from here. Just a lack of composure at the back there from the Eagles. Good work there from Charlie. Good quick hands. He's pretty happy with himself. Live ladder on the broadcast, seeing Brisbane sitting clearly in third spot, just on percentage, sorry, not clearly, but just sneaking over the top of Adelaide. Ball goes up, Draper with the tap, Jack Williams picks it up, handballs to Harley Reid. Centre clearance work, inside 50, Jake's direction, off hands, ball goes out of bounds. The Eagles still look the most damaging and threatening straight out of the centre bounce, which doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, it's probably their best avenue to goal, which is really an indictment on where the Eagles are at. They need to get their transition work better and be able to move the ball from the back line a bit better. That's just the next development of this team. Wilmot gets it outside 50. McCarthy, good turnover. Bo Allen, need to see more from him tonight. Couldn't hold the tackle on Tunstall, who gets it to Bailey, who stops and props and moves around the guy and then kicks it to Zorko. And the Lions are going to cut them up through the middle here. Watch it happen right now. But they've turned it over. Good turnover from Duggan. Good physicality. Good hit on Rayner. They need to make the most of this opportunity now. And Duggan runs with the ball. Left foot kick. He hits the target. Can you believe it? Job Shanahan marks. Quick handball, but it's a poor handball to Hamish Davis. But he's running towards 50 and he just pops a little kick in Jake Waterman's direction, who marks. It's a tight angle. Mini looking up and about. I'm not sure whether he's excited or whether he's aggravated. But Jake the Snake has got a shot at goal on a tight angle, and you think he's going to go right foot banana areas here. Big Plugger saying, what's your goal song? I don't know why, but at the moment, there's the Puerto Rico song, which is absolutely stuck in my brain if anybody does know it, as Jake the Snake kicks a goal. Jakey kicked a goal. Eagles needed a settler, and they get one. It's back to single-digit figures is the margin. I just said the Puerto Rico song would be my goal song, and if anyone hasn't heard that, they should go and look it up right now, and they'll think, this is the worst song ever. And then it will get stuck in your head. And then about a week later, you'll go, this is the catchiest song I have ever heard. Apologies in advance. Is that the AI song? I didn't know if it was AI or not. But it's all over my feed. Destin Warlord says, Eagles just getting the life sucked out of them, unfortunately, after those missed chances early in the quarter. Still good to see them run with the Lions. But that goal's certainly going to help them. Bailey with the tap. Harley Reid, this is what they want to see. Bursts out of the middle. One bounce. Looks to handball. Doesn't. Long ball towards the square. Couldn't get the Job mark. As I said, they looked damaging out of the centre, but just couldn't convert or find a target there. Lions with the rebound now. Wilmot out of the fullback to Ashcroft, who's had it on a string, but had a bit of a quiet quarter, to be fair, or at least the last 10 minutes or so. Dunkley in the back line, going to my man Tunstall. I know who he is now. I can spot him out of a lineup. Wanted the handball, now kicks it to Cobra Kai. Is someone going to man up on this bloke? I don't think they will. I don't think they've learnt that this guy is cutting them up. He kicks the ball long to the contest. Williams looked like he was going to jump, but he didn't get there. Hoff looked like he just went down like he's been shot. Bit of a scrap going on here. Plow says the Eagles are looking good for 2030. Adam's happy for the apologies in advance for the Puerto Rico song. Ball going back up. Umpire says, I'll have it. Valor's liking a bit of Weird Al Yankovic. Strange areas, but good areas. Draper and Williams. Williams gets the tap. Gets it down to Milan, Naples, Venice, Murdoch. Tackled was the Eagles. No free kick either way. Duggan with the ball. Right foot up to the wing. Somehow looking better on his right than he does on his left. Ball in dispute. Chalky Neal. Dodges one. Handballs in front of Tunstall. The man I now know who he is. Who kicks the ball inside 50. It's all Eagles though. Bazzo couldn't mark, but there's a free kick and it's going to Charlie. Charlie's getting the free kick. Let's have a look and see what it's for. In fact, it's Morris now. 2 first names. Can you trust him? Not with his goal kicking tonight, though. If Allen was playing for the Lions tonight, would they be better or worse? Look, Allen at his best is a great key forward. He just hasn't had a good run at it with injury since his All-Australian 40 season in 2023, I believe it was. Logan Morris coming in, 2 first names. You can't trust him. The radar has been off all night tonight. Bazzo getting stuck into him too. Confidence I wouldn't expect from the 20-odd gamer for Rhett Bazzo getting stuck into Logan Morris, but you love to see it. McCarthy plays on from fullback. He kicks the ball to Tyler Young. Tyler Young looking inboard, looking at a short chiseler, does manage to pull it off to Franco. Franco, the third gamer, looked like he wanted to use his right, then uses his left, hoiks it down the line. Off hands, the Brisbane boys spoiled themselves. Dunkley tackled by Bo Allen. Was he on top of it? Is he ball? It's not Dunkley, sorry. I apologise. I don't know who it is, but he was tackled holding the ball, and he's done. It was Ty Gallop. Bo, handballs off. McCarthy, shit kick, but it's going to work out. because it's a good pickup from Baz, who turns around and another shit kick. Draper handballs off. The Lions are going to work their way through here on transition, and this is where the Lions have killed the Eagles all night. Nobody manning up on Cobra Kai. Ball in front of Charlie. He's going to run in. He's got options here. Is he going to use his man, or he's going to go himself? And he does go himself, and he kicks a goal. And it's been happening all night. Turnover footy from the Eagles, and it costs them. Chat not keeping me honest on the scoreboard. Hashtag keep Josh honest. We got a 15-point ball game. 24 minutes gone in the third quarter. Lions threatening to really run away with this now. How is that a downfield free, says Destined Warlord. Did I miss something? I don't know. Either way, just how good do the Lions look when they look so good when they get the ball out the back. And the Eagles just look all at sea. That's the difference in this game, in my opinion. Ball back up in the middle. Bailey Williams, Neil with the shark, Ashcroft with the soccer. Baz somehow ends up with it and he snaps the ball inside 50, and that's a good mark from Zorko. Left foot ball. Lions working their way out. Jared Berry on the wing takes a good mark. He's definitely had the number of Bo Allen tonight. Ryan Lester getting a good mark. Jack Graham trying to hold him up. He's got to be careful. Lester looking to get the ball inside 50. Who's down there? Young with the fist. Bazzo with the fist. Rayner picks it up. Tackled over the line. We're throwing it in. Logan Morris's shot was from a downfield free. Thanks for letting me know. I've just missed about 10 seconds of calling there, but I needed the snack. Ball goes back up. Williams taps it down. Berry handballs. Is that McCluggage? He was tackled. Berry gets it back. The Lions are looking threatening here. Ashcroft fumbles, handballs. McKenna missed his target. Disco Herbert, great pickup, good spin. Eagles need to capitalise now. Hoff just working their way backwards here. And Jack Graham marks. Looks inside the corridor with a threatening kick, and he's hit his target. I think that's Franco, who moves it quickly. There's a chance here for the Eagles. Dersma has missed his kick, but it's going to work out. He's hit Davis, I believe. Davis handballs to Duggan. Duggan handballs back to Davis. Davis wants to handball back to Duggan, but he doesn't. But he gives a nice kick to Dersma, who's potentially in range here from 55 out if he improves the angle. He's looking for a target. He looks like he wants a target. He's going in the direction of Ward. Job off hands. Hit the ground hard. Umpires paid the mark. If I'm being honest, a little bit soft. But that is a great contested mark from Job. My issue as an Eagles fan is why the Eagles consistently look for their forwards in the pocket. Every time. Potentially the other team's just clogging up the corridor in the middle of the field, but we just love kicking our ball to forwards in a forward pocket. And when you kick the ball like that, it doesn't matter. Job Shanahan has kicked the goal. Fantastic snag. Keeping themselves in at the Eagles. Just when you think it could be down and out, they get another one back. Mini marshalling the troops on the bench. Job has kicked 3. Looking fantastic. Yeah, I think he's probably done enough there. He's probably had enough of it. You take it as an Eagles fan. You absolutely take it. 9 points of difference. 2 minutes 40 to go. Can the Eagles potentially pinch one more to make this really interesting at the 3/4 time break? And if they were going to do it, it'd be out of the middle, which is where they've looked the most dangerous all night. Ball goes up. Baz with the tap, straight down to Ashcroft, though. Ashcroft gets the clearance. Lions have the ball. Was that McCluggage? Don't know how he got rid of it. Starcevic holds it up. Good tackle from Rayner. Ball up about 70 metres out from Brisbane goal. Darcy fought with a big hit out there to the run of McCluggage, who takes possession, handballs, Baker tackled, ball up. We're about 35 out from Brisbane's goal. Dangerous spot, 2 minutes 21 to go. Directly in front. Williams with the tap. Nobody taking possession. Harley Reid off the ground to space. I think that's my man, Naples, Venice, Milan, Murdoch, who kicks the ball up to the wing. Waterman tries to work his man underneath it. Play on was the call. Ball goes out of bounds. 2 minutes 5 left to go. Sister Mary Elephant unhappy about not taking Job, and the Richmond fans being unhappy about that. You've got to cop that, unfortunately, because we love our man, Job Shanahan's. Bailey Williams with the tap. Berry, Bailey. Handballs to nobody. Baker wanted a high tackle as he always does. He doesn't get it. Darcy fought hands and knees. Oliver Franco getting in there. Gets a handball in Baker's direction. Milan Naples Murdoch with a second effort now. Chasing up Jasper Fletcher. Brisbane's going to get this one, though. They're going to run the ball through. Bailey with the hands off. Is that Zorko? Left foot slipper. Is someone going to man up on Cobra Kai all night? The answer is no. Hawkman23 has just listened to the Puerto Rico song. Hilariously awful, but very catchy. Did you know they have slot machines in bus stations in Puerto Rico? Yes, they do. What a destination. Cobra Kai, 1:15 to go. He's taking up as much of his allotted time as he can. He's kicked 2 snags and had 13 and just had an acre of space to do whatever he wanted to do tonight. Can he add to the account? It looks like it is there. Exactly what the Eagles did not need heading into the three-quarter time break was a Brisbane snag. And it's from a way that's happened all night, and that is the Cobra Kai getting so much space. 70-55 the score in this one, a long quarter here. Thoughts on the lettuce on the Cobra? Do we prefer him with the long mop or with the shaved blonde peroxide nude nut? Either way, it's a pretty average set of lettuce if I do say so myself. I'd like to know who is actually the matchup, and if it is Disco Herbert, who I've liked him as a mid-season pickup, he does need to be better defensively. I do like him running off half-back, but if he is the matchup, and I'm only saying that because I saw him in the contest right there, Brisbane working their way forward, they could get another one. Cobra Kai again, but it's a shit up and under ball, but there's a free kick and it's been paid, and is it downfield, they've got Harley again. And Cobra's getting into him. Harley looks like he's saying he's soft. I'm trying to lip read here. He's saying you dived and you're soft as butter. Cobra's saying stop being so undisciplined, mate. I've tidied up the words there a little bit, but it's a downfield free kick. We have not seen the replay yet, and if I'm a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was a betting man, I reckon it'd be pretty soft. Here it is. Cobra. Oh, there's a bit of a dive there. I was talking about the lettuce on Cobra Kai, but I tell you what, there's a bit of mayo to go with that sandwich right there. Cam Rayner looking to cement Brisbane's lead here right on three-quarter time. He has hit the right-hand post as we get to three-quarter time. It looks like it's a 16-point lead to the Lions. And it could be on here. There's a little bit of chirp here at three-quarter time. Harley saying he's not happy with that. Lions telling him to look at the scoreboard, which is rightfully so. 71-55. 1 quarter to go. Comments, soft as butter, says Mr. Plough. Looks like it's all over in the other fixture as well, and the Pies have sunk the Blues. But the Cobra has definitely gone down a bit soft there. Looked like he'd been shot. Three-quarter time. If you're enjoying this one, make sure you like the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got one more Kahoot that we will pop after the full-time siren in this one. I believe that our man JS, has he messaged us on Instagram potentially to say, yes, he has. Good on you, JS. He says he's busy next weekend, but he's happy to give the ticket away to someone else who can actually use it, which is very respectable of JS. You love to see it. So if there is anybody that wants to put their hand up for a ticket to the Big Lands event, hit up our Instagram right now, and JS's ticket will be gifted to you. Three-quarters time stats, Will Ashcroft sitting at 27 touches and leading all comers. I mean, it is all Brisbane at the top of the table here. Neil, 25, Dunkley, 19, Bailey, 19 and a goal. Best for the Eagles. Duggan getting a fair bit of the pill. He's on 16 with 6 marks. Bailey Williams, 36 hit-outs, 5 clearances. Dersma a goal and 11 touches. Just need a bit more presence and a bit more ball because they've been really out-hunted for most of the night, you'd have to say. Let me turn the clock off. We've got to the end of the third quarter. Chat's still not happy with Cobra Kai. What are your thoughts been on the game so far? Who's your best on? If you've been watching this one all throughout. For those that did miss it at halftime as well, Credit Classic Season 3 lineup has officially been revealed. And I'll show it to you again. No problem with showing it to you guys again. It's a pretty spicy bracket, I'm not going to lie. Caden McDonald, Spud, and Tommy Flanners in the first matchup. I mean, that is just box office viewing if I've ever seen it. Very excited to see the True Footy boys go head-to-head as well. Who's your tip, everybody? From the lineup, as you can see it right now, who is your tip to make their way through the bracket and take home the beautiful trophy that we do see behind us right here? Got to put it on this side so you can actually see it. Have a look at that thing right there. Unbelievable. Creator Classic Season 3. Very excited to be bringing that to you guys a week from Tuesday. Adam saying Cavara, Sienna, Bologna, the MVP. I mean, he's been very good for the Eagles. He's been very good. Destin Warlord still calling out the flop there from Cobra Kai. Couple of people in the chat saying that the Spud is their tip to win the Creator Classic, which is ambitious, but he'd respect it. So just having a look through our Discord to see who the people guessed would be part of the Creator Classic. I'm just reading through Lawson's guess from earlier this evening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct, from Lawson. Causa had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be the best. Mr. Plow with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's Causa. which I believe is Corey in the chat. So if that is you, hit us up. Hit up our Instagram because Cors are taking home the ticket to the Big Land event next Saturday night for correctly guessing as much of the Crowder Classic bracket as anybody else did. Good work to you. Almost into the fourth quarter now. The Eagles fans doing a Mexican wave, which as an Eagles fan, when I go to the ground, it's one of the most corny things to force feed a Mexican wave down the crowd's throat, which they do at three-quarter time. Not a great initiative if I do say so myself. Ball up here as we start the fourth quarter. Draper went to ground. Kelly with the clearance. Long inside 50 towards Shanahan's, but that is a fantastic mark from Harris Andrews. 2 hands up was the only one that looked like it, let's be honest. Kicks backwards, sideways. I think that's Answorth. Considering his options. The pack flies. Neal with the ball. Don't know how he got rid of it. Hipwood had it. Gets out the back. Tunstall tries to soccer. I know his name now. Handballs it out. It's in dispute. Reed gets the ball. Reed to Young to Baker, who somehow hacks it to Bailey Williams. He's looking for numbers. He gives it to Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly looking for options inside 50, and he mungs the kick. Answorth marks, and this is what I'm talking about. Needing a bit of composure. Big Plugger saying we're also the only country to call it a Mexican wave, which is interesting. Bailey Williams flies high at the back. He couldn't mark, but he gets the handball off, but Dunkley takes possession, and it's going to be a ball up. Ball goes back up. Tunstall, the man I've just learned who his name is, has the ball on an absolute string. Bazzo wants the boundary, gets the boundary. Destin Warlord with a good shout in the chat here. Forced Mexican waves are on the same level of tackiness as Country Roads and Sweet Caroline being piped over the PA. That's a bit of a drive-by for the Brisbane fans. I don't mind that. Ball thrown in. Baz, Draper. Baz off hands from Davis. Franco gets the ball, kicks into a dangerous spot, but it works out. Hoff takes the mark, wants to move it quickly, but he tells Herbert to get out the way. Kicks it to Duggan, kicks it to the captain, who can't kick. So interesting decision. Duggan doesn't turn it over, kicks it to Kelly. Kelly looks wide. He's got a man there. I think that's Tom Cole. Tom Cole up on the wing. The stash of the century. Long ball towards the 50. Yo was punched from Harris. Play on's the call. Waterman backing around, looking for a way to get a kick off, and he does. He finds Baker. Baker, still about 80 metres from home. He wants to go inside to the corridor. He does go inside. He kicks it to Kelly. Kelly looking around now, looking for an option. Herbert presented. He ignored him. Kelly dodges the man on the mark because he sees that it's a big man in Draper. Goes with the left foot, but he couldn't get the ball over the top of Answorth, who marks in front of Yo on the lead. Missed opportunities going to cost the Eagles in this one. Answorth, right foot ball up to the wing. Draper, the only one that had eyes on it, and he marks because Starcevic actually had... Oh, Jesus. Starcevic actually was manning up on Cobra Kai for once and then decided he just wanted to grab a hold of Draper for God knows why. A silly 50-metre penalty to give away. I don't know. Well, he was just trying to hold him up. He was trying to hold him up from getting the cheap handball, but you can't be that grabby, let's be honest. Easy 50-metre to give away. Draper getting his breath back. Is he actually going for the shot from here? He'll be about 50 metres out when he does kick it. A very slow walk-in, if I do say so myself. It's a little bit of a flower bag and it just goes to the right. Minor score. The kick out was to the left back pocket. Baker looking for options, and now he's just forced to go long. And he does. Jack Williams make a contest. Kelly with the crumb. He wants the handball. He delayed. He got tackled, and the ball's gone out of bounds. Was it a lasso, though? Umpires have checked everything all night. They don't check this one. 17 points the difference in this. Neal, McCluggage, stops and props and just works his way through. No tackle there, but a good intercept there off the back of Davis's hands. Reed with the don't argue. He was tackled by Tunstall. He got the handball off. Bad boy Neal gets the 1-2 from Harris Andrews, gives it back to Harris Andrews. And good hit there. I think that was Reed. Turnover. Baker with the underground handball. Franco to Herbert. Herbert intercepted there by Tunstall. I know his name now. Zach Bailey couldn't pick it up. He's tripped over it. Ball turned over. Davis. Franco kicks inside. Yo, all on his own. I think Yo's done, by the way. He just hasn't had any of the ball, but he kicks this one long to the goal line and Waterman marks and he goals. And I've been very quick to write off Elliot Yo there, but he's done a good bit of work and he's put the Eagles back within 10 points. Or not quite within 10 points, within 11. Yo has really struggled to make an impact in this game so far. He's had 7 touches on the night before that one. 76% game time. But to be honest, there's been a fair few Eagles that just really haven't had a whole lot of the pill. Baz has said he's just joined. Why are West Coast and Brisbane cosplaying as Adelaide and Hawthorn? It's not a bad shout, mate. The ochre jerseys are just so bad that they're good. And Brisbane rocking the retro Brisbane Bears outfit. I thought it might clash, but to be honest, it hasn't been too bad. Hasn't been too bad. Ball up in the middle. 15:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Nobody can get it. Draper goes back in. Dunkley hands and knees. Ashcroft with the right foot snap. Good mark there. Intercepting. Somebody finally playing on Cobra Kai. Tyler Young long in the Kelly direction. One-handed mark. Used 2 hands, but he doesn't need it. Bo Allen with a nice run on the left foot ball, but it's too high for Job. Need the composure going inside 50, boys. Zach Bailey marks at half back. He's had a fair bit of the pill. He's at 21 now. Tunstall keeps finding his way onto the screen. I can't believe it. Will Ashcroft, he's had 30 now. We still got 15 minutes to go. Turnover, though. Good hands there. I think that was Bazzo to Dersma. Dersma chips it to Herbert, not 15 play on. He's looking for an option. He's just running backwards. This is dangerous, but it might work out. Hoff to Duggan. Now it definitely won't work out. Left foot, though, is good back to Herbert. Herbert looking for an option. He wants someone to come at him. He doesn't know what to do. He goes back to the skipper. Duggan doesn't want the ball. We don't want Duggan to have the ball. He's going to turn it over. Surely he's going to turn it over. He's just sitting there. He's waiting. Nobody running. No movement down the line. Long down the line, left foot ball. Who's going to fly? Brisbane fly over the back. Here's a chance for the Eagles. Waterman, hands to Cole. Cole spins well. Goes the left foot. Kicks it up towards my man, Naples, Venice, Milan, Murdoch. Is that 50 umpire? He points it. He wanted it. He doesn't get it. He looks towards Job and he finds Job. That's a good mark. Nice bit of build up there from the Eagles. They've got a chance here. Sister Mary Elephant says it's interesting listening to the commentary a minute after watching it. You can sync it up if you'd like to. 14 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Shez saying, are you guys doing any merch? We would like to. We would like to. We're working on it. As Job comes in, it looks like it's across the face. Is there a mark? Bo Allen flied high, but Harris Andrews gets the mark, and it's 50 metres. He just got too close. Jeez, that's a soft 50, but it was there based on how they're paying him all year. Somebody asking for a life-size cutout of BT, which I'm not sure will come out with that line of merch, but if there's enough interest, we'll see. Zach Bailey inside 50 in the direction of Charlie, but it's too long for him. Ball out of bounds. $11 points the difference. The Eagles are sniffing around, but they just aren't they don't have the composure that they need and the skill use that they need to execute and make the most of their chances, which has really been the case all year. Ball inside 50 here for the Lions. Levi Ashcroft with a great right foot banana from the boundary line has kicked a goal, and that is a dagger for the Eagles, particularly when they had a chance down the other end and they just couldn't make the most of it. 17 points the difference. 9 minutes gone, fourth quarter. And that is a real dagger there from Brisbane. Lockie Neal on 30 touches, Will Ashcroft on 28. Levi with the goal there. Hasn't had a whole lot of the pill tonight. He's had 14. That'll be 15 now and a goal. Zach Bailey has been damaging for the Lions, you've got to say. 22 and a goal. He's been in and around everything. Still decent amount in the chat tonight. 64 of you. We've appreciated it. Bailey Williams with the tap. There's a free kick. Where's it going? It's coming back. Not sure what the infringement's for, but Bailey's going to take it in the middle. He wants to give it to one of his runners. Doesn't. Kicks long. In the direction of the tall timber. Jack Williams at the back. He's got to kick this. He's missed, and they're the chances that you need to take. Open goal, uncontested. You've just got to kick that. Was the free kick for umpire contact? Because that's pretty soft. Leicester. Oh, what's happened here? Bit of contact there. Bit of fun and games from the guys running around. The man on the mark. Leicester kicks short. 12:26 to go. Dunkley at halfback. Dunkley kicks it long. That's a good mark there from Hipwood. In front of Bazzo. Lions look to be slowing the pace down a little bit here. Rayner with a good mark. He's not in a hurry. He's got an option to his right if he wants it. Handballs to his left. Hipwood. Short kick delivers a flat chiseler in the direction of Zach Bailey. It's a good bit of play there from the Lions, really. Really good bit of play. Thoughts on plain food, yay or nay? Big yay. Big yay on plain food. If it's included in my ticket price. If it's not, I'm a tight ass. You know I'm not paying for it. Zach Bailey coming in. Looks to be off to the right, and it is. It's a bit of a let off there. Just keeping the Eagles in it with that miss. 11-13-79, 9 goals, 8-62. 17 points the margin as Starcevic kicks long. Good punch there from Jack Williams. It's off hands. Williams, handballs. Charlie dodges one. Big swooping handball. There's lines everywhere as Beau Allen lost his feet. Tunstall misses the handball to Ashcroft. Good bump there from Tom McCarthy. Andy picks it up. Andy handballs to Beau Allen. Tunstall's the one that gets the footy, though. Out of bounds. Eagles will take that. Brisbane wanting a lasso. Let me guess, the umpires are going to sit down. They're going to talk about it. It's as good as it's ever been. Ball going to be thrown in by the boundary umpire with a good set of lettuce. He does it well. Fort. Williams is the one that picks it up. Kelly couldn't hold it. Now he's got it. Now there's a free kick. It's going Brisbane's way. Dersman looking sore. Dersman looking like he's copped one in the throat. Bit of a throat jab there. Ball inside 50. Bailey at the back. It's rushed through. There was pressure. It's behind. Yeah, it looks like Dersman's just copped a stray elbow from Rayner there. Looked incidental from my eye. Hoff in defensive 50. Was it 15? It was paid. It looked like Franco. Was that 15? It wasn't paid. Handballs to Baker. Baker to the outer side wing. Williams presents, couldn't mark, but it's a free kick. It's an arm chop by the look of it. Ashcroft not happy. Williams, short kick to Naples, Venice, Sicily, Rome, Murdoch. Kicks inside to Starcevic. Taking their time, thinking their way through it. Starcevic now goes to the hot spot. Who's there? Darcy Fort drifting back, takes a fantastic mark. And you just have to wonder if the Eagles are costing himself with the delivery inside 50. Herbert, good intercept. Couldn't get the ball, though. Lions looked like they could be out here. Leicester went to Dunkley. Dunkley says, slow it down, boys. We got time. Ashcroft, it's play on. It wasn't 15. He takes 2 bounces, though. Handball's off. Looked like he handballed to his brother, but he handballed it away from him. But they're going to get a free kick anyway. It was sloppy, but it works. Lions taking their foot off the gas here well and truly. Trying to soak up this clock. They've got an 18-point lead. 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Kicks to the outer side. That's Answorth. No, it's Wilmot. Wilmot with a right foot ball inside 50. Logan Morris went down like he'd been shot. Cobra Kai with the hands to Berry. Berry with the left foot ball, the top of the square. And it's all Lions. They've missed the mark. Baker with the hit. Free kick. Lions aren't happy. If it was high, it's definitely a free kick. If it wasn't high, it's a soft free kick. But Rayner getting up like he's definitely been hit high, and I think that's probably fair enough. Let's have a look at the replay here. Yeah, it definitely was high. And to be honest, Baker could be in trouble for that. He's left the ground. He's hit him high. I know it's not going to be severe impact because Rayner's clearly okay and he's having a shot, but the tribunal does not like that. Rayner coming in, 2 behinds on the night. Now he's kicked a goal, and you have to say that's done and dusted. And there's a little bit of a scrap. Rayner getting in his face. Bit of a chirp. And now they start to get away from it all. Baker still wanting to go on with it. Baker's still going at him. Let's look at it again. That angle didn't really sell it. I mean, he's gone down like he's been hit in the face. I mean, you've got to, from the vision, he's definitely hit him with the face. He's hit him with the side of the arm, not the elbow, but it's definitely a free kick. You can't contend that. 4 goals of difference now. 17 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. You have to think that's done and dusted. 8 minutes to go. The Eagles have been competitive in this one, but ultimately the lack of polish against a far superior team in Brisbane. Ball up in the middle. Draper hits it down. Yo in the middle. Handballs to Reed. The don't argue from Reed, and he's caught. Did he dispose of it? He did not, and the boys get into him there. He did try to take them on. He couldn't fend them all off. That is holding the ball. It was the second hit that got him. Dunkley kicks out towards the wing. 3-on-3. Baker with the one that gets the ball. Young decides not to handball. He goes long inside 50. He's got a 1-on-1. Jake the Snake out-pointed there. That's a great mark from Ty Gallop, who was out-positioned, I think, as well. Nice kick towards Berry. Lions going to slow this down, well and truly. Berry taking his full allotment of time. Now he's called to go. Right foot ball up towards the wing. Young with a good intercept mark. At the back of the pack. Gives the handball to Disco Herbert. Herbert kicks long. Kicks towards Harley, who couldn't mark. Jared Berry with the pickup. Kicks inside. It's a 2-on-1. It's a good punch away from Rayner. Fletcher intercepted. Disco Herbert takes on. Gets the handball away. Franco, long kick. Eagles outnumbered here. Jack Williams does make a contest of it, which is good. Jack Graham outpointed there by Draper. Davis gets the ball. 2 first names. Can't trust him. Duggan with a nice pickup and a good gather and a good step and gives it to Baz. Baz handballs to McCarthy. Dersma, 60 metres out. Too far. Needs an option. No movement at all. There's no movement from the Eagles forwards, which means he's got to kick to the pocket. and kick it to Yo, who can't mark, and it's out of bounds, and it's just poor forward craft. Are you fellas ever going to host a live stat chat? Geez, we would love to do that. We need to get the logistics sorted, but that is definitely something that would be on my wish list to do. Ball gets kicked outside 50. Disco Herbert picks it up, fends off one, spins around two, somehow handballs the ball out. Franku, Davis, kicks it towards the dangerous part of the ground. Ball off hands. In dispute, Draper picks it up. Dangerous place for a ruckman to pick it up, but he's done well. He's cleared it out. Baker couldn't win the contest. That is poor, but he's got a very cheap free kick, I do have to say, because otherwise the Lions were out and they would have certainly scored a goal. Baker kicks the ball short to Graham. Two first names. Can't trust him. He doesn't know where to go, though. Kicks it to Starcevic, who marks. He's 60 metres out, but he doesn't know where to go because there's no movement ahead of him. They're just waiting for the big ball in, and it comes. Boys fly. No one at ground level. Yo's there. Couldn't pick it up. Now picks it up. Couldn't get boot on ball. It's a bit of a scrap. Dunkley gets the ball out of there. High ball, outside 50. Young couldn't mark, and you've got to mark that if you're a key defender at AFL level. Morris to Cobra Kai, who kicks it to space. Charlie was leading the race. Young going to beat him there, though, which is impressive. He doesn't. Charlie gets boot on ball first. Charlie picks it up, goes to fend off, ball out of bounds. Boys are knackered. Young's happy that he's forced in half the contest there. 5 minutes to go. The boundary umpire with a decent set of lettuce is just waiting for everybody to get out of his way. Adam keen for a live stat chat. Valor saying Cam Rayner's overrated. Ball thrown in. Baz, tap down, Cobra Kai. No free kick coming his way. Disco Herbert kicks the ball out of there. Hamish Davis makes the contest but couldn't grab it. Jack Graham overruns it, can't trust him. Goes back for the second effort. He did grab Levi Ashcroft there without the ball. No free kick. Ball up. Eagles getting very slack now, and I would agree with that. Lions definitely in control of this game from here. Bo Allen with the ball, and he runs, and he gets a good handball. And the Eagles have a chance here if they can find a target. Jake's got a paddock, and that's a good spoil there from Gallup. Jake forced the high contact, and he gets it. He gets the high contact. Did he want the high tackle? He definitely did, but the high contact was there. Jenna enjoying the commentary from myself tonight. Shout out to you, Jenna. Hope you're going well. Jake the Snake with a chance to make this one interesting with 4 minutes 29 to go. 14 points the difference right now. It could be single digits, and the crowd could come alive. Shez chirping in the chat. Merch, she says. Live stat chat. Burrito eating. Jake the Snake has kicked a snag, and this one is still interesting. 8 points the difference. Here we go. No, my maths is incorrect. It's 18 points the difference. It's still interesting, but not quite as interesting. But as Lee Matthews would say, there's 4.5 minutes to go, 3 goals required. There's still a chance. Luana in the chat says, boo, Waterman, not happy. I'll take what I can get. Frisk is back online. He says, get excited, Joshy. Very excited, Frisk. You'll be equally as excited to see the lineup for Statchat Crowder Classic Season 3, which is absolutely huge, which we revealed it at halftime. I'll pop it back up at the end of the game. 4 minutes to go. Jake the Snake has 5. Can you believe it? Draper with a huge hit out, went to ground hard. Rayner to Bailey. Bailey couldn't hold it. Starcevic couldn't grab it. Rayner fumbles a handball out to Chalky Neal, bad boy Neal. Inside 50, Tyler Young works his man under the ball beautifully. He wants the boundary. He gets the boundary. But the time becoming an enemy here for the Eagles. 3:51 to go. Sister Mary saying it should have been a 50 against Harris Andrews for carrying on like a fool. Don't mind the shout. Decent header lettuce on the boundary. Umpire throws it in. Draper takes possession out of the ruck. Snaps towards goal. Tyler Young. Beautiful defensive work on the goal line to rush it through from behind. But it's a handy point. It makes it 19 as I remind myself I've got to update the score. Hashtag keep Josh honest. Ball up to the halfback flank. Duggan beats one. Can't beat the second. Holding the ball. Gotta be. Is not. I'm surprised. Williams with a nice tap, but it's to Levi Ashcroft and he dropped the ball and the umpire has paid that one and has paid advantage. Duggan with an absolute shit kick. Would expect nothing less. Hamish Davis tackled. That's going to be a ball up. Not sure about the consistency between the two calls there on holding the ball, but I'll take it as an Eagles fan. 3:15 to go. Bailey Williams somehow gets the hit out, somehow takes his own ball, snaps it up the line. Davis with a good set of hands. Dersma tried the fend off, couldn't, but got the handball along, and it's got to be a lasso. Frisk pointing out that Waterman kicking 5 straight tonight. The boy is back. Zach Bailey, 2 first names, can't trust him. He's had a good night. Long down the line. McCarthy couldn't mark. Duggan still hanging around. It's a free kick to McCarthy. Less than 3 minutes to go. Eagles need 4 scores. It could be all done and dusted, but you want to see them move the ball aggressively here. They do. It's a dangerous kick. It's off hands. Tom Cole, first one to it. Ball still in dispute. Hoff there. Cobra Kai there. Somebody man up on Cobra Kai. He dived on the ball. The Eagles one holding it, and it's not holding the ball. Danter, a regular. Good to see you. Saying Duggan consistently the worst kick in the league. Frustrating for Eagles fans. Reed gets the clearance inside 50. And it's a mark to Wilmot. The rebound is good, but Tunstall, my man, drops it. McCarthy intercepts, looks inside. Good ball. Hits Davis. He wants to give it back to McCarthy because he's a better kick than he is, but he decides to just kick it to Jake the Snake, and he couldn't mark the ball. Jakey looking sore. Has he cramped? He's done something. I don't think it's serious, though. He's looking proppy. I think it's a cramp. Ball thrown in. Bailey taps it down. Harley Reid gets a high tackle. That is a high tackle. Waterman still looking very proppy on the sideline over here. Harley Reid going back to have a shot. 19 points the difference. Less than a minute to go. Time is going to run out on them here. Decent head of lettuce, says Shares in the chat. She's happy with the saying. Harley, also with an interesting head of lettuce. Going in for goal, and he shanks it. And if there was ever a hope, there is definitely none whatsoever now. Shez just setting me up beautifully with the assist here when she says, what are you watching the footy on? And of course, we're watching on the BenQ TK 705i projector, 4K high quality, picture quality, can get it to be 3.5 meters on the wall. Baker with the handball, Kelly intercepted, Levi, it's off hands, Kelly gets it back. Baker slips over, Will Ashcroft, Levi Ashcroft, all the Ashcrofts, look at him go, hoiking the ball outside 50. 3 Eagles there, they do come down with it. McCarthy looks inside, doesn't. Handballs to Bailey Williams. Williams, long inside 50. Reed with a big fly from the back. He couldn't hold it. It's Milan, Naples, Rome, Murdoch. He couldn't pick it up. Wilmot running it out defensively beautifully. He's had a good night tonight. Tunstall, I remember his name now. Will Ashcroft with a bounce and a kick. And there's a bit of a scrap going on the wing here. We want to see the scrap. We don't want to see the play. This man has just had so much space all night, and it is only fitting that Cobra Kai kicks a snag to end today's game. I don't know how he had so much space. Someone man up on this bloke. Geez, a bit going on in the chat here. Danta saying good effort from the Eagles. Destin Warlord saying Fogarty's a grub. 30 seconds to go. Cobras kicked 4. Jake the Snakes kicked 5. Relatively high-scoring game given the wet conditions. Brisbane clearly the far superior team. 4 goals the difference. Eagles fans would have to be comfortable going with a premiership contender somewhat toe for toe for the first half. Harley out of the middle. It's going to be a ball up. It's not. Yo, fumbles, handballs. It's all Brisbane here. Clearing kick. Starcevic couldn't mark it. Ball in dispute. Darcy Fort goes to ground. Handball's out. Soccer off the ground. Soccer in danger. Free kick is paid. Final score in this one with 6 seconds to go. West Coast 10 goals, 969 going down to Brisbane 13, 15, 93. 24 points the margin. It's been a wet game. It's been a dour affair. It's been a better contest than I think we probably thought it was going to be. Brisbane winning this one. Cementing themselves in the top 4 of the AFL ladder and primed for a run at September. The Eagles, again, with another competitive showing, but no win to come from it. Positive signs still there, but you just feel they lack the polish and composure needed, and it's been a consistent trend of their season to date. For those still hanging on in the chat for this one, you've done well. And to reward you, we've got one more Kahoot to go. And we'll get it primed now. Of course, we have tickets to the Big Lands event next weekend on offer for the winner of this Kahoot. JS won the last one. He said, I'm giving my ticket away. So if anybody wants that ticket, hit us up in our Instagram right now. First one to ask for it will get it. But let's get the second Kahoot up and running, shall we? And this one's going to test you. BT is in the chat. Yes, he is. He's chirping a bit too. He's saying the current top 4 was his bold prediction. Not too shabby. GB saying shout out to the host. Great commentary. Appreciate that, mate. If you have enjoyed this one, make sure you do like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Of course, we weren't just commentating the footy tonight. We were introducing Season 3 of the Creator Classic, announcing the lineup, a huge lineup for Season 3 of the Creator Classic, kicking off Tuesday in a week's time. Our man, the Spud, Tommy Flanners, and Caden McDonald. What a way to open the competition. How about that? People getting stuck in a BT in the chat saying, what's up with the sickie here, mate? Champman saying, where is the big land event? He might be interested. It is in the Melbourne CBD. So if you're Victoria-based, JS has offered his ticket to the big land event that he won from the first Kahoot. He's offered it up to anyone that wants it. So go and hit up our DMs on Instagram right now. First one will get that ticket. But of course, we have another ticket available for the winner of this Kahoot right here. Corey, I believe it was your guess as well that won the prize for guessing the most people from the Creator Classic lineup as well. I think your name is Causa in Discord. So if that's you, hit us up because we'll have a ticket for you as well. Let us know who you thought your best on ground was from that game right there. Neil had 32 and a goal. Ashcroft just was everywhere. He had 32. Jake Waterman with 5 goals for the West Coast Eagles. Cobra Kai, 4 goals, 18 touches. Zach Bailey had 26 and a goal as well and looked really damaging. All right, I think we're going to kick this one off. Final Kahoot of the night. A ticket to the Big Lands event next weekend is on offer as the prize for this one. Of course, massive shout out to the Big Land for sponsoring Season 3 of the Creator Classic, which will be coming your way in just over a week's time. We're talking caretaker coaches in this one. It is a caretaker coach themed quiz, and this is Rogue. Carlton's current caretaker coach, Josh Fraser, won how many consecutive games to start his senior coaching career? Yeah, Causa, hit us up on our Instagram or send us an email and we will get you that ticket sorted. Thank you so much there to Adam for the donation as well. Not required, of course, but greatly appreciated, mate. And thanks for being in the chat and commenting on pretty much all of our videos as well. We do notice it and we do appreciate it. Most people getting the 7 correct for Josh Fraser's win streak to start his coaching career. And some very quick answers there too, including our man Michael Keating, who will be in a video next week taking on BT. This one you got to type in the right answer. Name the most recent interim coach to go on to be permanently appointed to the senior coach role for that club. Tough question. No choices either. You just got to know it and you just got to name it. Let's have a look. We got a few answers here. Reece Shaw is the correct answer. 2 people getting it. I'm paying out on that one as well. That's good areas. Who got it right? Let's have a look. C2TB Bordov, who's been in the chat all night as well, also getting it right. Good work, guys. Following the passing of Phil Walsh, who took over as caretaker coach for Adelaide in 2015. Geez, this was tragic, wasn't it? His first season as senior coach as well was Phil Walsh. But who took over for the role mid-season? And hard to think that was 11 years ago as well. Scott Camperale, the name that we needed. Some people going with Don Pike, who took over after the season was finished, but mid-year, it was Scott Camperale, and the pain train saying, I'm sad again now, and that is absolutely fair enough. Michael Keating moving his way towards the top of the table too. After the 2010 season, Port elected to appoint their existing caretaker coach instead of Chris Scott. Who was the caretaker coach? Imagine that, hey? It's not like Scott's gone on to do well, has he? Not long to go now. Most people getting their answers in. Matthew Primus, the correct answer. I would have also accepted Tarps, but Primus is the name that we needed. Fair few people getting that one right. The pain train moving their way forward. I also have received a Instagram DM from someone claiming JS's ticket. So I have seen it. I won't reveal your name in case you don't want that revealed, but just confirming you have locked that in and we will tee that up for you. Question number 5. In August 2019, Carlton permanently appointed their caretaker coach at the time. Who was it? Who did they appoint? Someone asking about the Whopper goals. Chair's asking about the Whopper goals. Eagles hosting a promo at home games where you get a Whopper. I will not be partaking. David Teague, the Teague train is who we needed. Most people getting that one, but Brendan Bolton was the trap. It's tight at the top. C2TB leading our man Michael Keating, who of course will be on the channel next week. Flagged he's hanging around. Bored of hanging around. True or false? GWS have never had an interim coach. True or false? Most people getting the answers in pretty quick. I was trying to do a bit of research to figure out which clubs had had such a long stint between interim coaches not having interim coaches. I couldn't find one that hadn't really sacked one for a while. So false. So GWS have had an interim coach. It was when they sacked Leon Cameron and they had Mark McVeigh. Michael Keating moving to the top of the table. And this is what we've come to expect from the great man. In late 2002, this interim coach beat out Terry Wallace for a senior coaching role and later went on to win a premiership. Who was the interim coach? Some of the younger viewers probably going to be stumped by this one. And they didn't take them long to win a premiership as well when they got permanently appointed. (23, 24 answers in. Time is up. Clarkson, Hardwick, Choco, Paul Roos. Fair few people getting that one. Paul Roos, the answer that we needed. Michael Keating extending the lead. It is still tied at the top, though. Which current AFL assistant coach has a perfect 3-0 record as a caretaker coach, having stepped in at multiple clubs? And this doesn't necessarily mean that the guy was sacked. I'm just saying he might have filled in for like a week or two here or there. But he's 3-0 as this assistant coach. Jamie Graham, the name we needed. This was a tough one, pretty well split across the board. Michael Keating getting it once again. Comment from Shez. What is a caretaker coach? It's a coach that comes in midway through the season to take over from the senior coach, usually because they've been sacked. So they're just kind of sitting in the seat, keeping it warm. Name this former interim coach who, once permanently appointed in 2005, led his club to a minor premiership, and we've got a photo, and we're revealing it. So if you can guess it quicker, do it. But there's a bit of information for you. Is that an Adelaide logo? Good footy coach, this one. And I do love the photo of Graham Johncock in the back there. You love to see that. Neil Craig. Neil Craig's who we needed. I'm going to be generous and I'm going to pay Craig. And that's it. Michael Keating, 7 in a row. Jeez, he's an absolute weapon. And that could be all she wrote. With the last question, he can't be bested. Since 2000, who's coached the most games in a season in which they took over as the caretaker coach? Bordov saying, geez, this quiz keeps getting harder as it goes on. I said it was Rogue. She's bloody Rogue, all right. Well, look, Michael taking down the Dubs. So the question will be, because he's not actually based in Victoria, what he wants to do with the ticket. So feel free to let us know. John Barker. Tough. 4 people getting that one right. Tough quiz. Caretaker themed. Flag D's second. Third, I should say, sorry. Billy second. And Michael Keating, our man, getting that one right as well, I believe. Congratulations to you. Well, there you go. That is our Kahoot done and dusted. Michael Keating taking down the W. Michael, get in touch with us. Let us know what you want to do with the ticket. Never heard of the bloke, says Danta. Few people not happy with that one. Chelsea said you didn't finish last. You got to be happy with that. I tell you what, that is us just about done and dusted, I reckon. Once again, massive thanks if you've been on the call tonight, if you've been watching along with us. It's been fun. We've enjoyed it. But more importantly, Creator Classic season is almost here. Tuesday, 28th of July is when the season premiere is kicking off for the tournament. An absolutely stacked lineup. Absolutely stacked lineup. Some massive names in this one. We are so excited to bring it to you. All thanks to the Big Land. Massive thanks to them for supporting the channel and getting around the series. We've given away some tickets to their upcoming event, which is next Saturday night. If you want to go and you want a discount and you didn't win a free ticket tonight, we have a discount code as well. Link is in the description of this video. Mr. Plough saying, good on Josh and thanks for the solo run. Done it solo tonight. BT in the twos. Hope he's going well and feeling all right. But we've put in a shift. We've got it done. Thanks for that, Rudy. Appreciate it, mate. Once again, that's us just about signing off. Get excited for Creator Classic season, guys. Starting with Michael taking on BT next week. The final boss battle, much requested. Bring it to you next week. And then the following week, this thing all kicks off. And I just got to say, some epic trivia matchups to come. To Hot Gamer saying any streams in the future. Not sure. Not sure. We'll see how you go. This one really was just to kick off the Creator Classic and really create a bit of buzz and energy around what's going to happen over the channel in the next month or so. And hang out with you guys, watch some good footy because it was a decent game of footy tonight. So, look, appreciate you all. Thanks once again for being part of this. Thanks for being part of the community. If you are not in the Discord channel and you want to talk Statchat and you want to talk some footy with some like-minded Statchatisticians, the link is pinned to the comment section right now. Go and check that out. Aside from that, we'll see you guys this week. Michael, BT, big matchup, Creator Classic in a week and a half. Thanks for watching. See you in the next